My dad got really into Ace Combat once.
What the hell?
Is your dad Graham?
No.
If anyone's going to be your dad, it would
Well, yeah.
If anyone's gonna be, I reject that future.
My dad, we got him to we played a little bit of like Star Wars Battlefront like when we got it at the time, and then he and my mom got like super into New Super Mario Brothers for the Wii.
Really?
Yeah, like they were like doing like trying to like 100% complete it. Like that would
It
just
was
be them.
novel.
I would try to join them, but I would just slow them down.
I got my dad to play a little bit of Punch-Out Wii because he played the original Punch-Out back in the day. Apparently,
Yeah.
he was not very good at it.
What games did you play with your dad? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
I play it.
And don't write my dad is dead.
My dad wasn't great at like playing or showing me games. My mom played Resident Evil 4, and you would think it would be the other way around, but
Oh, it's nice that your mom was able to show you Resident Evil 4.
truly,
Oh.
We're in a new era now, Graham.
No, we're not.
this
I love
started
doing
in
this show with
2005.
Graham because he just says no to every reality.
No, he doesn't.
To be fair, he hasn't done improv in several years.
None
Yeah.
of us have done improv in several years, but he should know better.
I have to improv when I wake up in the morning.
I have to improvise that I'm a human being.
No, my script says no.
Cut to me breathing.
Yes, you heard it. You heard it here first. The Yearlies is scripted.
Only Graham. Only Graham is scripted.
You know, can I?
Everybody else improvises.
I think it would be pretty impressive if this was all scripted.
It would, yeah. If everything was just leading to like,
The
incoherent
thing is,
babbling, which is what every
they could be this bad on purpose.
Yeah.
The thing is that like going back, the thing is, it occasionally feels like that sometimes, because like going back and watching 1997 and hearing myself say, "Listen, there's absolutely a universe in which I do something fucking in which I do the funniest thing ever."
Foreshadowing is a literary device.
Like literally, fucking Chekhov's gun.
Listen,
that's perfect.
That was 25 years ago now, so.
The people who read the Yearlies book were like, I know what's coming up.
We're adapting a novel.
We're 4-panel manga, let's be real, okay?
I would love that reality because we could end every episode with cut the cucumber lengthwise.
I don't
Classic
even get
Egyptian
it, but
humor.
That's
Jordan.
Oh god, I was explaining Sam and Max jokes to Jordan the other day, and I never once mentioned that there's a running joke in that Egyptian humor all ends with the catchphrase, "He cut the cucumber lengthwise."
I like that.
It's their only joke.
What was that one meme image where it's like trying to like decode one of the oldest jokes in humanity, and it was like one of the Mesopotamian situations.
Yeah, okay. So the oldest joke we have, the oldest joke we know is there's a Sumerian tablet which records a joke. This is the joke: a dog walks into a bar and says, "You go on ahead. I'll open this one."
I know, it's funny, isn't it?
We don't know the pun. We don't understand what the punchline means.
Maybe you don't.
Those Sumerians were living in 3007.
There's a series of there's a bunch of theories about what the punchline could be. From it being a joke about, I don't know, the dog being blind, to it's a sex joke. It's really unclear. It could even be a pun that we just have could even be a pun that we just have no context for.
You, Graham.
Yeah, because I think it comes down to like what I looked at. I had looked into this at some point. They were like, their word when they mean like a bar meant something totally different to them back in the fucking Sumerian age.
What if we go back in time and like the dog goes to the bar and it's like, and they all said "ow."
I think the Breakfast Club has a joke like that. That like I've always been waiting for the punchline to, but we never got. Like a naked blonde walks into a bar carrying a poodle under one arm and a 6-foot salami in the other. Bartender says, "I suppose you'd be needing a drink," and the blonde says, and then he falls through the he falls through the ventilation shaft, and we never.
Oh, yeah.
I think the end of the joke is just he says the aristocrats.
I was about to say that's a weird punchline for a joke. Just saying that the guy fell through a ventilation shaft. That's a weird joke.
It's a joke I'd laugh at.
It's pretty funny.
End with people falling through a ventilation shaft.
It's funny, Christian, because people don't typically fall through ventilation shafts.
Why did the chicken cross the road?
Fall through the ventilation shaft.
It fell through a ventilation shaft. I'm gonna leave the formula. I'm gonna leave the formula on the table for that one, and we'll see what cats come to knock it off the counter.
Incidentally, there are other Mesopotamian dog jokes that we have, and they are equally unclear.
I want to know who the Mesopotamian equivalent of Gilbert Gottfried was that did all the dirty Mesopotamian jokes.
You think? I can't.
Well, that's the thing. There's a theory that
years.
one is it's possible that that first one, the dog walks into a bar and says, "I can't see a thing. I'll open this one." There's a theory that is.
I can't see a thing. I'll open this one.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was a really good Gilbert Gottfried.
All your time doing Christopher Walken, and you just have Gilbert ready to go.
Here, I can make something very I can make something out of it. Ow! And welcome to the Yearlies.
You know, if there was anyone who was gonna do a Yearlies intro as a guest star, it would be Gilbert Gottfried.
It would be Graham.
No, it would be Gilbert Gottfried because all he does is scratch up his voice, but like it's not his actual voice.
R.I.P.
No, I like Coleman.
Yeah, no, yes, R.I.P. Gilbert was great.
Oh, Gilbert's the best. Yeah,
I like how we're calling him Gilbert, like we know him personally.
Yes, our friend Gilbert.
I do know him personally.
No. What's eating Gilbert Gottfried?
Jordan,
all right. He had during the tsunami.
Jordan Gilbert at the start of the Yearlies, so now it is 2022.
Yes, 2022 we're doing now. That's pretty cool. We're doing that now.
Time goes by so fast. Last time I blinked, it was 1999.
1999.
It wasn't even that. It was
actually
like
that's not true. We were in this weird. That's the thing. What year are we in when we're doing honorable mentions? Are we in this weird?
We're in 2008.
Starting 2022. In the space.
Do we exist in a realm beyond the reality of years?
Mm-hmm. Clearly. Would someone like to start with honorable mentions?
I can't remember the last time I started on honorable mentions.
Christian, do it.
Sick.
Do it.
Just do it, dude.
Do it, bro.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Just do it, dude.
Hang on. Wait, there's something important we got to mention.
Yes.
Oh, 2022. Yeah.
We're doing 2022. I don't know if you guys know what else happened in 2022.
Oh.
The Yearlies began in 2022.
What's that?
Yeah. Oh my God. We've been doing it for that long.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Has it really been since 2022? That's
actually we've been doing this since 1990. Actually,
thousands of subscribers to show for it.
Yes.
For over 80 hours of doing this fucking shit.
Christian, we have way more than 80 hours at this point. I've done a bit about us having more hours.
We have 80 hours on the cutting room floor, I'm sure.
Yes, exactly. There's 80 hours of me saying slurs and not letting it get in the cut.
80 hours for what?
That's non-canon. I'm not going to let Jordan condemn himself.
No, it wasn't me doing the slurs. It was probably someone else.
Please refrain from using ethnic slurs.
Hashtag the slur cut.
Hey, don't worry. I'll start saying slurs right now.
Nick,
you can't say that. You can't say that.
You can't do that on the Yearlies.
All right, Christian. Since a good 10 minutes are going to be edited out, you want to do your honorable mentions?
Well, we got to go for the high score. How does 20 sound? No, but yeah, honorable mention.
I think that's the high score.
We just cut out an entire episode once. So
basically,
almost everything that I wanted to get on the bracket got on. Actually, Neon White's on the bracket. Citizen Sleeper's on the bracket. Pokemon Legends Arceus is on the bracket. Splat Frat Tim, he does it, is on the bracket. The only thing that didn't make it on was Hollow Cure Saves the Fans, which is
no, the fans died.
Just turn them back
Hey,
on.
Graham, we had 1,000 fans.
Yeah, they're right here. We have to save them.
Save the fans.
This is a hollow attempt. This was a hollow attempt for me to get Vampire Survivors on the bracket. It is Vampire Survivors with Hololive characters. Admittedly, some people would like this game more because you actually have more user input and you have to like actually
Survivors
aim.
2022.
No, Vampire Survivors. That's why it's not in my compromises, because Vampire Survivors was in early access until a good bit later. So HoloCure came out on itch.io at the end of 2022, however. So it does count. Nonetheless, it's cool. And I used to watch a lot more Hololive back when this game came out, but I still have a massive amount of respect for fan projects because people who make this are literally insane in an endearing sort of way.
KU, who's the developer, is a single dev project. He's put in an unreasonable amount of work into this.
Like, honestly, this is the kind of shit that an entire team would have to cook up in a couple months. Yeah, so massive props. Also, I almost neglected to realize that the best game ever came out in 2022. Beanie. This is what all of humanity was leading up to, actually. To be honest with you, I think an asteroid should have hit the Earth after 2022 ended, because we're never going to top this. And I think if any of you have not heard of Beanie, then you need to re-educate yourselves on this one.
Because with you for the first 4 years of our friendship, I'm good.
I mean, look, you do you. You do you. But just know that if you're going to go into Beanie, be ready for a life-changing, mind-altering experience.
A lot like
and
Clax?
No, this is like, if Clax is the second most mind-bending, life-changing thing in the world, Beanie's number one. There is nothing better than Beanie. Nothing on this bracket is better than.
I'm making a joke, but this is by Siaktro, who has made
Super
64.
Kiwi 64. Yep,
and
exactly.
They're actually awesome. So this would actually probably be fun.
Oh no! Again, let me
again.
lift the veil for a brief moment. Beanie is fun. It's a fun game where you bounce a really fat bee through a level. Everyone loves Beanie because he is round and small. And it is
Pikachu.
Exactly. His name's Oscar. But it's a cute one. Anyway, I think I probably talked about these two games way too long, so I'm gonna popcorn to Taylor.
Well, Christian, I want to just tell everybody how excited I am to be here in the 2022 Yearlies, because this is the Yearlies that we save Christmas.
We're the Grinch?
But it's March.
And that's why I'm so excited that we're finally going to save Christmas.
We're being proactive.
Aren't you Jewish?
And that's why, Jordan, it's so important that we save Christmas.
And that's why I give it.
Taylor, you're a wonderful ally.
Ally. Oh, man.
Ding dong early on high.
We have all night to save Christmas. So for now, let's just focus on the act of giving. My honorable mentions out. Bayonetta 3 is I liked it a lot when I first played it. I'm realizing it's probably the worst Bayonetta, but like it has the best level design. It's just also has a really annoying playable character that completely shifts the rules of Bayonetta on their head in a way that makes it really frustrating. And also the ending is kind of all over the place and whatever else, but it is fun. It's just kind of like really obsessed with kaiju battles in a way that's not fun. I'm really selling the idea that Bayonetta 3 is not fun here, but like, what's the point of trying to argue its good points? You all hate Bayonetta.
I never said that.
It's good though. If you like Bayonetta 1 and 2, play it. Mario & Rabbids Sparks of Hope is a sequel to Mario & Rabbids Kingdom Battle, and it is also not as good. Because I just think the open world doesn't add enough to it, but it is still really fun. I like the new playable characters. I like that Mario doesn't have to be in your party anymore. I got a lot out of Rabid Mario in this one that I didn't before. Very weird voice acting where the only thing that has full voice acting is the Roomba.
That I feel like that would get very grating very fast.
It's weird because you know those voice acting games where like it's not full voice acting, but like the first word of every sentence is voice acted.
Yeah.
Where it's like you click on a person and they say like just something where it's like, and then it's like a totally different sentence in text.
Exactly. So the rabbits have full English voice acting, but only the first sentences of some lines. But the Roomba complete voice acting. I don't know why. The budget went in a weird direction, but that's the reality we live in. It's good though. I like it, and I got to play the Rayman DLC because Rayman is in it, and like Jesus, someone had to put Rayman in those games.
He's been out of work for generations.
Yeah,
That's not true.
In a plot twist, the Somnium Files is the sequel that's better than the predecessor, as opposed to everything so far. The Somnium Files Nirvana Initiative specifically, which has one of my favorite plot twists. It's one of the games that really fucking mind fucked me for the first time in a while and made me feel something for a game I played, where when the reality of what was happening set in, I didn't understand it for a minute. And then when it finally hit me, I was like, oh, and that felt really, really good. Also, there's this weird horror thing that happens at the end of the game that like I was really uncomfortable at 4 a.m. But it's a very good murder mystery. And improves the first game in lots of ways, even though Somniums are still kind of stupid.
I'd like to give a disclaimer really quickly. Didn't realize this was the second Eye of the Somnium Files game. I put the first one on the banner. There. Now no one can comment about it being actually.
Red Cross.
It's great. There's a character whose head is like shaped like a cube, and like no one really like mentions it.
Yeah, Andy's Komeji. His catchphrase is Indy Pachaka Max.
He stole it from me.
And like he has children, none of which are like cube-shaped heads. So he's just like that.
Yeah, adoption is a thing, Graham.
I thought they were his biological children, but okay.
I actually have no idea. I'm just trying to make you look stupid.
Cube heads are not a
well, you don't have to work hard for that.
They are a recessive trait.
Rogue Legacy 2, sequel to Rogue Legacy 1, also much better than the predecessor. I think that it expands on Rogue Legacy by just having more fun skill trees. I mean, at the end of the day, Rogue Legacy is a lot about grinding gold to keep improving, so it's not the best roguelike in the universe or anything, but it is really good, and anyone who ever bought Rogue Legacy for someone else as a gift, that person should totally play it. Not saying names, Clanky, but it would be really cool. And then Koromon is what I played instead of Gen 9. It's like, what if Pokemon kind of stayed good after Gen 5?
Man.
And like, unfortunately, it also suffers from the same problems of having no good post-game, but the journey was really, really fun. And I really enjoyed it. They're doing a Koromon roguelike soon that I think is going to be really interesting to see the idea of like a Pokemon type game melded into a proper roguelike outside of like a real Nuzlocke. I'm excited for it. Yeah, that's all I got. So, as we ponder how to save Christmas, I will let Clanky give his honorable mentions.
Oh boy! All right.
Okay.
So the only real honorable mention I have that isn't on the bracket is King of Retail. Probably like the best slop game that's out there. It's one of those where it's like, you know, you're running a store and you're selling stuff to people, and you know they're buying. Customers are coming in and buying it, but like the models all look really ugly. You know, like I think kind of purposefully, because this game feels like it was made for streamers to play and like them to go, wow, isn't this fucking stupid? And then like they never play it again. For whatever reason, me and Jeannie, when we played this game, got like really into it. We ended up like, I think putting like fucking like 12 or fucking 20 hours into this game, where like we kind of set up a store. Our character's name was John Sellin Stuff, like the last name Sellin Stuff, all one word. And we created a store. I think it was called like the Joker's Emporium, where the only thing we sold were green and purple items and nothing else.
Oh, wow.
And like when you play the game like that, it's a lot of fun. So I gotta give it its dues.
I have two questions. The first one is, am I making up the fact that you once told me that I should add this game to my backlog?
I don't remember, dude. Maybe it works as like a management, you know, kind of game. Which
okay, I'm saying it from the perspective of where you
well.
like you might have been really into it at the time.
I might have brought it up when I was playing it. Yeah.
Okay, and here's the second question that I absolutely must have asked you, because how could anyone not ask this question? Why is the logo the White Castle logo?
I wish I could tell you, because this game is slop. Like, what do you want me to say? This
But
game
you
is
like White Castle, especially when you're high.
I do like White Castle. I
Really?
haven't had White Castle in a very long time.
A few like last week or so, I had like all of a sudden my brain was just like, you need White Castle now. I've not had it in like
Why is your
at
brain
least
so mean
15
to you?
years. So I was like, all right, fine. Like I
Graham?
had like a little bit of lunch, and then I was
Graham?
like, okay.
Those
But no,
pregnancy crates.
my-
I was
no,
gonna
my-
say, Graham, are you pregnant?
Wait, Graham, was your story that you had lunch and then had White Castle?
Let's be
again,
honest, White Castle's in.
yeah, I
White
was like, I
Castle, much
had
like
it, no,
any
and my
retail
son
slop.
was like, no, you're still hungry. You need White Castle. It's like, fine, I'll get White Castle, and it sucked. I was like,
White Castle's not
It
very
tends
good.
to.
And the
It's really-
problem is
yeah.
that Graham, the problem is that you weren't high. Next time, change that.
Here's
I don't smoke weed.
Graham. This genuinely sounds like a fucking pregnancy crate.
No, someone asked me that, and they asked me like,
Guys,
they
I
asked
have
me like,
news.
hey, when
Oh
when,
my!
when was your
What
last
did you do?
when was your last period? I said November 22nd, 1963.
And Frank and my yearlies, it's more likely than you think.
Well,
Nick
If
short
one of us
circuiting
was
in the
gonna get
booth.
pregnant.
congrats, Graham and Jordan. Looking forward to being the godfather.
When's the shower?
Had to happen eventually. Oh, we don't believe in bathing.
Oh, good answer.
All right. And then I have two, not really sure if they count, so I'll mention them really quick. Pac-Man World Repack is a remake of Pac-Man World. Even if it did, I was 100% sure it counted, it would still be below King of Retail in my honorable mentions. So, it's a good remake. It's fun. Moving on. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. The Stanley Parable won a bracket, so I felt like it was kind of redundant to put on. But I feel like a better case could be made for Ultra Deluxe.
I would actually say that since we haven't talked about Pac-Man World Repack, if there were enough differences, I would maybe let it on the bracket. But we basically discussed Ultra Deluxe while we were talking about the Stanley Parable.
So that's why I didn't put it up. But I feel like you could make the argument that the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe is more than just a remake of Stanley Parable.
Well, I mean, let's be realistic. If Ultra Deluxe did get on the bracket, then it would be my number one.
I was just saying, I guess not to get too spoilery into it or whatever, but I feel like that this game is a good what's the word, successor to the Stanley Parable. Right. I will pass over to Mick.
Not
Hey.
Passover. We're trying to save Christmas here.
Oh shit!
We can save more than one holiday at a time.
I can only fit so many holidays in this bag.
Bag o' holidays.
I already put Easter in here. You know how much shit that takes up?
Yeah, all the eggs. Yeah.
I exclusively only care
I'll
about
do you one
saving
better.
Christmas.
In every language except English and German, Easter is known as Passover. All right, so we can fit them both in there together.
Oh,
as
hell
long as we just
yeah.
split, we just got to change the language. All right.
We consolidate them in some way, like an Easter egg. Put them inside. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. So first bit, Teardown. Teardown is Teardown's a fun game. It's where you complete you can basically speedrun heists. Except the world is incredibly destructible and you're allowed to set up for as long as you can, but then you only have 1 minute to complete the heist. It's a kind of an immersive sim type thing where you can just it's kind of hard to explain, but as soon as you see it, you'll get it. Very realistically destructible environments. And the only other game I have on my honorable mentions is Pentiment, which I could have put. I was really struggling to decide if I wanted to put Pentiment on the bracket, but I chose not to for two reasons. Number one, I have enough issues with Pentiment that I don't feel confident saying that I like it more than something else here. And also, just for the sake of variety. But Pentiment, incidentally, is an adventure game, less in the sense of something like Monkey Island and more in the sense of something like The Walking Dead. Takes place. He plays an artist in the 15th century Bavaria. And if that doesn't appeal to you, then then this game will not be for you.
You picked the two most different things in the universe, by the way.
You know, right?
All right, difficult decision, Nick. You have to popcorn somebody.
All right. Graham.
it was a really tough choice.
Oh, me. Actually, Jordan, can you go first?
I don't have any honorable mentions, Graham.
Okay, good.
No, you do. You do have honorable mentions, Jordan.
No, not for this year. No.
Yes, you do. Look.
Hang on. What happened?
I think he's just doing a major look.
Yeah, I did. Haha, loser.
And I scrolled up as well. I didn't know if you left something for
I
me.
fucking got him.
Beanie.
Oh yeah, that was my honorable mention. Yeah,
You feel
Beanie.
good about yourself, Christian? Because you just earned yourself a timeout.
Someone finished the joke for me. That was hilarious. I'm so happy for that.
Now you don't get to be in the first round.
You don't get to be in the first round.
What kind of cruel and unusual punishment is this?
Jordan's gonna edit out all your lines.
Anyway, Graham.
Yeah, my honorable mention impacts are Pokemon
Already
Legend
did it.
Arceus is already on the bracket. Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel is just fun way to play Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know what to tell you. It has great music and like effects and stuff, and the boards are fun. Scarlet and Violet, I liked despite itself.
I feel like I would like Scarlet and Violet if I played them.
They're games.
I liked a lot of the ideas
They're
that they
games.
had. It just needs
Var.
like a bit more time to like cook.
100%
I
agree.
it's the first gen I've skipped, and I have not pined for this.
Yeah, sorry, really quick. I feel like I'll have a lot more to say when we talk about a game on the bracket, but I do think I largely agree.
Yeah, Scarlet and Violet had some cool ideas, and I also really like Phalanx.
Yes, had Phalanx.
Phalanx
A
was
lot of
from
great
Wasn't
music.
Phalanx Gen 8?
Phalanx is sort
Oh my god, you're so right.
Yeah.
Never
Oh, yeah,
mind,
yeah,
this
yeah.
game sucks.
No, this one is Tinkaton. Tinkaton is great.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I would love for that to also be Gen 8.
And it introduced a new Whooper,
True. True.
Pooper.
The
Clodsire.
tentacle that walks on the floor.
No wonder Christian loves it.
AI Summon Files, Cube-Headed Man. And
I
then
love that Neutral Milk Hotel song.
Trek to Yomi almost made it on the bracket before I remembered a lot of other games that came out in 2022. It's kind of in like a similar, like, this is gonna sound horrible, but this is kind of a similar boat to Scarlet and Violet, where it has like a lot of really cool ideas, but needed a little bit more like fine tuning of like its mechanics rather than like how it presents. Like some like there are times where the game's difficulty feels like very rewarding, and there are times where it just feels that's just not good design. Like, you're one of the only ways to like recover health in between checkpoints is by killing stunned enemies, but like the only like the easiest move you have in like your arsenal to stun enemies also mostly kills them most of like the lower ones most of the time. So it kind of feels like a missed opportunity. But a great like send up of like Kurosawa samurai films that I would highly suggest people check out if you're interested at all. And then we talk about other people's honorable mentions real quick. Bayonetta 3 haven't played. Mario Rabbids Sparking Light haven't played.
I've never tried this
Resident
before.
2 haven't played. Coromon haven't
You're
played.
really testing me.
Pentiment haven't played. Tanner haven't played. Kirby Farmland haven't played. King of Rita haven't played. Pipe World Rebecca haven't played.
You know what, Graham? While we're doing this,
Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Can you, every
Christian.
time he says haven't played, restart his theme music?
And it doesn't cut off the last one. They all just play over each other.
Bum 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 bum, and then it just goes ba-da.
An army of fucking tubas is crazy.
Dude. But I have a question, Graham. Did you
That's
play
my
Beanie?
favorite. I'm sorry, Clanky.
Yeah,
That's
I
my
have played
favorite.
Beanie.
Clanky, that's
Holy
my
fuck.
favorite Civ 5 victory condition.
The one where you play Curb Your Enthusiasm on loop.
No,
Oh,
army of tubas.
Right.
Now we have to redo everything we've done in the yearly so far. You guys
No,
are
All
dude,
right.
you have to get the
Buzz with cheese?
you have to get
Go
the
back to the
expansion
beginning of the
pass,
story.
brass lube.
Oh. All right, round one.
Oh, round one. They've got the new HoloLive collab.
Oh, God.
Oh,
You guys are really going to be testing me today, aren't you?
it really took me.
Well, I
In
mean,
fact,
to be
they
fair,
don't
how else will
actually-
you get into a good college?
Mick, they don't even have the Hololive collab anymore. It's discontinued, so you can't get your fucking Irish drink anymore.
I reject
That's
your reality
racist.
and substitute my own.
He's got a very good point.
All right. Round 1 of the 2022 Yearlies.
Oh,
What?
no!
What?
It's too
Oh.
soon.
I mean, we're kind of picking up sort of where 1999 left off.
Fuck.
It's Sonic Frontiers, submitted by Grant. Wait, no.
Yeah, it was Graham.
Christian
Graham
put
did
it up.
Graham convinced me to do it. Graham told me you should
Graham
put up Sonic
convinced you.
Frontiers.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Versus Case of the Golden Idol, which is a Mick pick. Who'd like to go first?
Fuck you, Mick.
What did Mick do?
I voted for Ape Escape.
Oh, right. Oh, we're still on. You're still on that, Taylor. Oh, okay.
Yes,
The rest of us have moved on.
Listen, why do you think I'm trying so hard to save Christmas?
Not everyone's war comes. Not everyone comes back from the war, Jordan.
Mick, you put up the idol,
Everyone
right?
is still
Yeah,
fighting
do you
them.
want me to go first then?
It's up to you.
I just don't lead like that then. I don't know what the fuck you want
I
from
don't
me.
think Mick deserves to go first. I don't think Mick deserves to be part of the
I don't want
round.
to go first.
Thank you for answering my
Yeah.
question. Mick, go first.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so
So-
Sonic Frontiers is one of the best stories in the Sonic universe.
Taylor.
So
It's
The Case of the Golden Idol is a one of the best detective games I've ever played. It is a puzzle mystery solving game where you are, when you boot up the game, you are shown a crime scene. All right, and you have to deduce exactly what has happened. The one thing connecting all these crimes together is that they all involve this mysterious golden idol. As you go through and solve the murders, you go through by clicking on things, investigating them, and gaining more clues to put in a bank of clues, and then you have to assemble them together and piece together the clues you find and try to actually figure out what's going on. It is, as far as games where you have to solve a mystery, this game is probably the one that has felt most like trying to solve an actual mystery. If you're familiar with the Return of the Obra Dinn, it's very similar to that. Except
Lucas Pope.
I don't think Lucas Pope worked on this game, but he has
But his
they do
face is
quote
all
him
over.
on the Steam page. They're like, Lucas Pope likes our game.
Got the Lucas Pope seal of approval.
Yeah.
Featuring Lucas Pope from Papers, Please.
Yeah.
Featuring
Um,
Dante from Devil May Cry.
I mean, I kind of said everything I need to say. I can kind of say about it.
Can I ask some questions in that
Yeah,
case?
sure. Go ahead. Yeah.
Because
let's go.
this is on my backlog, and one of the things that I've been most concerned about is like how good is it at you at giving the necessary information to how likely am I to turn to a guide because I'm frustrated and don't know how to solve the mystery? It seems like there's a lot here.
You can, if you feel stuck, you can brute force puzzles if you really need to.
Did you need to?
No.
Will I need to?
I don't know.
I had to ask you for help when I played the Outer Wilds. How do you think I'll do with Case of the Golden Idol?
I mean, you didn't ask me that for that much during Outer Wilds. Yeah, so I don't know. I think if you enjoy solving mysteries, then I think you'll enjoy the game, even if
I played Obra Dinn. I think Obra Dinn is almost a perfect game, but because
Then you'll
I
like
use
this.
a guide, it's not.
then you'll like this. I don't think you'll need to use a guide.
I hope.
Yeah, I played it with someone. I played it with my friend Mohammed. We played it together, and we basically had a sort of a Sherlock and Watson relationship where I would solve things very quickly, but also forget super obvious clues, and he would point them out to me. I'd be like, but what does this mean? I don't understand this. And he's like, don't you remember? Like 3 minutes ago, you were on this. I'm like, oh yes,
And then you said elementary, my dear Muhammad.
exactly.
Discombobulate.
And you were like just talking about like something like completely different. You just said something, and you had like your "by Jove's" moment.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how it happened. Yeah, so if you want a game that actually feels like you're solving an actual mystery, this is definitely it.
Fuck you. Why is Sonic Frontiers on here? It's too soon.
Don't look at me.
I know. It's just I don't want to do this. I don't want to talk about this because I don't want to get hurt.
Well, that's why I'm doing it.
No, it's okay. I can do it.
No, because I have a big question for all of you. Are you ready to fuck the pain away?
Yes, here it is.
Here it is.
So, Sonic Frontiers is, as of this point, if you don't count Sonic and Shadow Generations, the most recent 3D Sonic adventure.
Why wouldn't you count Sonic and Shadow Generations?
Because that's more of a reimagining plus new story. You know what? Whatever. Who cares? Sure. It's the second most recent. It's a fucking 3D Sonic adventure.
I'm with Christian the first time. I don't count Sonic and Shadow Generation.
I don't care what you think, Mick.
Okay, that's fair.
So, Sonic Frontiers, following up on Sonic Forces, had big shoes to fill, and by big shoes to fill, I mean everyone was really, really hoping this would be slightly better than awful. The thing about Sonic Frontiers is that everyone's fears were not assuaged, because one of the biggest things about Sonic Frontiers that happened was after the first trailer was released, several months after, demos of the game got to IGN.
IGN did not know how to play this.
Yeah. The thing is, Sonic Frontiers immediately displayed the fact that it was going to be an open zone game, where open zone is a term basically saying separate open worlds that you explore. There are a total of 5 worlds in the game that you can run around in a free roam style. And when IGN and others got the... What?
There are 4.
No, there's 5. One of them just sucks, and is really short. But when people got the demos of the game, it did not pan over very well. Everyone thought it looked like shit. I was convinced. I was basically holding my head in my hands, and I was like, the blue blur is dead.
Yeah, there are 5.
Then I miraculously just bought the game.
You trust IGN? You trust IGN?
That's a fair point. Yeah, I miraculously bought the game on a whim and was like, holy crap, I am incredibly surprised. Now, Sonic Frontiers, as stated earlier, open zone. You have these giant open environments, big old trend. Everyone loves to look at a world map and go to waypoints gameplay. Why does Sonic Frontiers do it so well? Think of it this way. In an open world game, walking from point A to point B can be pretty frustrating. But in Sonic, you run really fucking fast. So all of that open space that would typically be just downright awful for any other character to ever navigate is exhilarating when you are running around as Sonic, with the best Sonic controls since the adventure games, by the way. Because we are done with the boost formula. It's not that the boost formula was bad, it just would not have worked in this game.
We do still have a boost. It is still a boost game.
You do still have a boost, this is true. But the controls in the open world are fantastic, and crammed into this open world are enough collectibles to drown...
To save Christmas.
Well, I don't know about that much, but there's a lot of collectibles here. So what you're doing is you're exploring the open world, grinding on rails, hopping on platforms. Every single step is a new challenge in front of you for you to collect memory tokens to progress cutscenes throughout the game or unlock hidden cutscenes that you see throughout the game areas. Collecting these little creatures called Coco in order to upgrade your ring and speed capacity, and then completing side quests in order to progress onwards through the game and go from island to island to defeat this mysterious being called Sage and Dr. Eggman, I suppose. This game's story is worth noting because they brought in Ian Flynn to write this game, or to
Can I help with this part?
This game. Yes, absolutely.
I personally believe that this is one of the best stories, if not the best story, in the Sonic universe. And the reason for that is because I feel like it actually pays fan service to all the stories across the franchise in a way that is different from how Generations handled it through just level design, where everything that happens in Sonic is finally canon. And they use that not just to pay fan service, but to actually flesh out characters. So you have a character like Tails, who I guess people thought really sucked in Sonic Forces. And you have Tails with this line where he's like, Sonic, am I useful to you? and like Sonic references something that happens in Forces, and Tails go, well, then I'm a terribly inconsistent character. But I think even more impressive than that is this is the first game that I feel like Amy Rose is a good character, because this is the first time I feel like ever where her whole identity is not I'm obsessed with Sonic and also a stalker and also I have a chip on him at all times. She's just like this person who just like, who just helps out. Her whole identity is not like I'm gonna throw a flirt at Sonic every chance I get, and she's actually likable. And on top of that, this is one of the best depictions of Eggman, thanks to the new character Sage.
Oh man.
They actually even make Eggman a more ambitious character in this game, and I think it is handled in such a great way. The lore of the Chaos Emeralds, the lore of the world, and they all, and also, I don't want to steal every line, but like also the boss fights. Christian, go.
Well, yes, that's exactly what I was about to say. As you go through this Sonic game, you will traverse through many levels, and it's a very fun open-world adventure. But then the instant that you collect enough Chaos Emeralds, you enter into the only part of the game that I care about. The boss fights in this game. You fight a variety of giant robots, ranging from Evangelion-style mechs to giant fucking flying robot snake lizard things. These designs are inexplicable, and you fight all of them as Super Sonic.
The music for all of them feels like they could be the final boss theme to any other Sonic game.
This is exactly it. They brought in vocalist Kelly Quinn to do the singing for these songs, and I actually am willing to say that most of the boss themes in this game are better than a vast majority of Crush 40's entire catalog.
I don't agree with that.
Well, you know what? For different strokes for different folks. And the thing about these boss fights, since you're fighting them as Supersonic, most other Supersonic boss fights were literally fly into the final boss and hit them gently with your head. In this, since Sonic Frontiers has a much more focused combat system, you are punching, kicking, using the Silent to launch the fucking mech into the air and beating the shit out of it, while Kelly Quinn is screaming into the vocals and the metal guitars is going, you're through it all, and don't. I'm going to quote one of my favorite YouTubers, Salty DK Dan, who said that if I played this game when I was in middle school, I would have made it my entire personality. And I would have, because these boss fights almost made me like choke up a little bit because they were so rule of cool, I guess I could say.
Man, Christian, it's great that we had this opportunity because we're done now.
I don't think either of us like any other games on this bracket, especially either of us, and we would never team up on any future pitch, clearly.
I just feel like you put this on the bracket to hurt both of us.
I know, truly.
Can I ask a
still
quick
do
question?
pretty well.
Yes.
And this is because like I've seen online that like people don't like this game. Like, what are the reasons they say it's bad?
The standard levels of this game, called the subspace zones, I believe, the standard levels Sonic does not control amazingly, and if you're not a fan of the open
I don't actually
world
agree
stages,
with that. It's just that the stages themselves are a little dull. And here's the thing, Clanky, you can actually skip most of them.
All right.
Because there's a fishing minigame that produces so much stuff that you can buy all the necessary collectibles to progress.
But yes, it's the subspace zones, like the typical levels. If people don't like those, they may just assume the rest of the game is poopy.
But it's not.
Okay, yeah. No, I figured it's like probably like very reactionary. It's in the internet, so you know.
I've seen a thumbnail called "Sonic Frontiers is a disappointing mess," and that tagline just frustrates me.
One day, every game will have a video essay like that.
Yeah, and they'll all be by Graham.
Yeah, absolutely. If anyone wants to do a video essay, it would be Graham.
Why Superman?
All right. So I say that, but I'm actually going to have Graham start.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask, what do we do after both people talk about the game?
Oh, well, I thought of a voting order before then, so that I wouldn't get to this point.
A voting order.
Thank you. So it's going to go Graham, Clanky, Christian, Taylor, Mick, starting with Graham.
See, before I would never vote for Sonic games as a joke, but Sonic Adventure legitimately was so terrible. I'm not voting anything not like Sonic ever again. It's true. I don't know what I can say.
Oh, whoa.
No, we believe you.
It's Sonic Adventure. All right, no, I'm not going down this rabbit hole.
Graham, why don't you go fuck the pain away? God damn it.
If anyone was going to go fuck the pain away, it would be Graham.
Graham, why don't you fall down the ventilation shaft?
You said we're saving Christmas this episode.
Is that how?
Let's see how the episode ends.
I'm voting for the case of the Golden.
Idol, yes.
Well, it's not. I don't
Clanky.
see the idol in the bracket.
Scroll a little bit. Clanky.
This one's tricky because I've heard of both of these games, and like one of them I haven't heard good things about, but I've also heard amazing things about, and the other one was just kind of like, oh, it's a fun game. I don't know.
I want you to know one thing.
Okay.
When the whole world knows your name, you will dance with destiny.
Fuck the pain away. My bed is in ruin.
I want you to know one thing, Clanky.
Yeah.
We're saving Christmas today.
Okay. I guess I'll give it to. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna give it to Case of the Golden Idol.
Motherfucker! No, whatever.
I don't care.
It's not dead. It's not dead yet.
I don't give a
All right, Christian.
While I was pitching the boss fights for this game, I went onto Spotify and put on Breakthrough It All just to get hyped, just to get hyped up, Yeah, no, the boss fights. If this game were just the boss fights, I'd still probably be voting for it.
All right, Taylor.
I want you all to know that I'm not voting for Sonic Frontiers because I think it's a better game than the Case of the Golden Idol. I'm voting for Sonic Frontiers because I asked Mick if he wanted to play the Case of the Golden Idol with me, and I've apparently learned today that not only did he not choose to play the game with me, but he went and found a different partner instead.
I'll be honest, I have no memory of you asking me to play the game.
Thanks, man.
Of course.
Thanks, man.
Actually, no, wait. No, I do. But so
Mick and Taylor are done, Jordan.
Both you and Muhammad both asked me to play the game with them.
And you picked the friend that you would enjoy playing it with more. I understand.
No, I picked... Whatever.
I vote for Sonic Frontiers. Don't whatever.
And Mick.
I'm going to go to Sonic Frontiers.
We're here, reaching for across these new frontiers.
I really like Case of the Golden Idol, but, I see how passionate Christian and Taylor are really enjoying Sonic Frontiers. So,
I'll just be right back.
Graham's leaving the Yearlies now.
Oh, please, his microphone shouting.
Oh, no, he actually has to go somewhere.
Oh, I wanted so badly to just hear him.
I was just expecting him just to go, oh!
I wanted to hear him smashing glass in the other room. Like,
my man had to go find his flame. Damn.
No, I said like he's fucking smashing plates against the wall.
It's the end of the room. He's just throwing the TV through the window.
Meanwhile, Mick thinks that he can be redeemed through this.
Oh, no, that's not what I think.
Well, look, I mean, if you want to talk about a franchise that hasn't really had a lot of Yearlies luck and could tonight, there's two up in round 2. We have Kirby and the Forgotten Land, submitted by Christian and Taylor, versus Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Arceus.
The thing is that it's the way you're supposed to say it.
Graham, why did you say Arceus?
It is pronounced
Arceus.
The way you're supposed to pronounce it is Arceus, but I've always said Arceus, so I'm gonna say Arceus.
Almost every single English speaker I have ever met has said Arceus.
It's a stupid Pokemon.
Graham said something different earlier, and I tried to.
Arceus is the best.
No, he's not.
All right. Well, Clanky put that game up. Whatever.
Legendary Pokemon don't have gender.
Not all.
Who'd like to go first?
This is the first time in many years that I'm going to request to go first.
Yeah,
I don't believe that.
All right.
Okay, hold up.
All right.
Lord, forgive me if this pitch goes a little long. Going into Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Kirby and the Forgotten Land is the franchise's long-awaited jump into 3D 30 years after Kirby's inception with the first Dreamland game. This is something Al's been trying to do for a very long time. There were a lot of canceled 3D Kirby projects during the GameCube hiatus when they didn't release any mainline games, a couple of canceled grid-based movement games. In Kirby Planet Robobot in 2016, they created Kirby's Blowout Blast, which is a mini-game where you can inhale and exhale things in a 3D environment. And then in 2019, Kirby Star Allies' entire climax was in 3D. So we knew the 3D game was coming, and then the trailer for Forgotten Land released in 2021, and I watched the trailer on loop every single day. Every day I watched that trailer on loop, muted while talking to people, and then the game came out. And I gotta say, everyone, that this is perhaps the most smooth, most refined, most flawless transition into 3D that any franchise has ever had, ever.
To be fair, they waited 30 fucking years.
That's the thing about this game, is that this game's transition was so smooth that you would think they had been making 3D Kirby games since fucking the early 2000s. Kirby in this game, navigating 3D environments, feels like a dream. You run around as Kirby in this sort of post-apocalyptic landscape, which is the case that it is because of lore reasons, which we do not have time to go into. But you navigate these settings with some of the most smooth Kirby controls you've ever seen. The 3D space does not detract at all from Kirby's base movement, and being able to use the copy abilities in this 3D space is smooth and seamless like butter. Just like in the 2D games, it's a fast-paced action platformer. So, I mean, I gotta say that so much of this game is bolstered by the copy abilities. There's a lot to say about the copy abilities. And Taylor, feel free to pop in at any point while I describe some of these.
What I want to say about the copy abilities that really speaks to me is that there are copy abilities here that work better in 3D than they did in 2D that I find myself using a lot more. When I play 2D Kirby, it's so easy to go to Sword and Hammer because they just have the best melee and damage outputs. But here, I got so much mileage out of Fire Kirby because there is a skill tree to all of the copy abilities through an upgradable town, because to me, Kirby got really good when Return to Dreamland came out, because that's when levels started having actual collectibles to find, and they actually forced you to engage with the level in a way that is different from just from beginning to end in an otherwise too easy game. Now you have more details, so the otherwise mild challenge of a Kirby game, not that there's not challenge here, they actually have a pretty good balance in this one, but you collect Waddle Dees in each level as a resource to upgrade your town that increasingly comes with more things to do, like mini games, battle arenas, upgradable copy abilities, gotcha machines, and gotcha machines.
This game is great if you have a gambling addiction. I gotta pipe in for a brief moment because similarly to what you said about Fire, there are, abilities from the previous Kirby games that were kind of shit are actually pretty good now. I loved getting use out of Needle because rather than just sitting in one place and waiting for enemies to walk into you, you turn into a spiked, catastrophic Katamari ball of death, sucking up enemies and objects with little remorse as you roll through.
And here's something you'll have to play to verify if it's true. The Katamari Damacy theme plays when you do it.
It's true, and I can't believe they got away with it. And even the copy abilities that were amazing in 2D Kirby are still amazing. Every copy ability prioritizes quick, seamless maneuvers that allow you to blaze through the stage and reward you for quick reflexes using the movesets available, which, by the way, they took the moves that originally only worked in 2 dimensions and translated them into 3 dimensions in a way that actually makes all of the copy abilities easier to use. This game throws armies of enemies at you, more enemies than any of the previous games, and you just melt them. You melt them to bits.
It's true. You feel really strong in this one, and that's one of the reasons why I finally beat the true arena in this game. That, like, one of the things I love about Kirby is that it consistently commits to keeping traditions alive. Even in this jump to 3D, you will always have a couple of promised things. You'll always have tons of copy abilities, object collection, an arena that comes with a true arena with a bonus final boss. There's starting to do like dark mode post games, and the post game in this game is fantastic. It expands on the story, levels, challenge, in such meaningful ways, and Christian and I really got to bond over this when we both finished it.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, while mentioning like things like the post game and stuff like that, all of the areas of the main story and the post game heavily boosted by the insane quality of this game's boss fights.
Which are kind of
Kirby-
like from soft bosses.
That's the thing. Kirby games have always had really great boss fights. But the thing about Kirby and the Forgotten Land is that due to the 3D space, you fight every single boss in a massive arena. Every boss is about 8 million billion attacks that they have to telegraph, and they gave Kirby a dodge roll. So you will be fighting most of these bosses as if you're fighting the fucking asylum demon. Rolling around trying to fucking avoid a giant leopard who's trying to fucking scratch 80 million times at you, or what is his name?
Tree.
What's his name? Tree, the Palm Woods, whatever the fuck.
Tree.
But I gotta say, the game really starts to shine with a lot of the later game fights. The final boss is some of the
final boss.
Exactly, some of the best spectacle with destructible environments, and every single attack shakes the screen so much you feel like you're about to explode. And it's 4 phases long.
You can't neglect to mention, Christian, how good the music is in some of these fights.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, the music in this entire game is downright beautiful. Taylor, me and you both have different favorite songs. I'm of the I love the regular final boss theme, but my personal favorite theme in the game is probably Northwest Frost Street, which is an ice theme that can cure depression.
Yeah.
And
for me, it has a DDD track that's my favorite DDD track in the franchise, because of how they add certain prehistoric elements to the music selection.
For sure.
I think there's only one other thing you and I both need to mention, and that's mouthful mode.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Mouthful mode is really fucking funny.
Kirby can no longer swallow things,
hilarious.
So it contorts his body to the shape of what he swallows. So you try to inhale a car, but you can't swallow it, so now you're Kirby. And now the level plays like a racing game. And like has a time attack.
I love the gameplay. Oh, yes.
I was just going to say, it really is one of the best parts about that game, and you'd think, like, it'd be, like, really gimmicky and get old quick, but it doesn't, because even when you see, like, old ones that you, like, remember seeing in the past, they always, like, invent something new to do with it, which I think is fun.
My personal favorite is the one where he swallows the vending machine and now shoots cans at people.
Yeah.
And those cans can heal you.
Yeah. I always got a kick out of the filling up with...
Yeah, it reminds me of, what's the Stephen King novel?
Stephen King Saved Christmas?
No. Wait, hang on. There's 2 of them. Sorry, I just remembered.
Stephen King Saved Christmas too?
No, I was trying to think. What was the Stephen King novel with the killer soda machine? And then I remembered. Wait, there's 2 of them.
What a
Maximum Drive and
Overdrive.
Tommy Knockers.
Oh, it was Maximum Overdrive. Okay, I see.
Both made terrible movies.
Well, Maximum Overdrive, he directed himself.
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, on fits of cocaine. Yeah.
Last things I'll say about Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I can't believe that HAL Labs was given one of the most difficult tasks that a franchise could ever go through and knocked it out of the park on their very first try, creating not only one of the most seamless transitions the 3D franchise has ever seen, but one of the best games in the entire franchise. And on top of that, for a Kirby game, this game is, I mean, we described a lot of the boss fights as being like Soulsborne fights. This game's difficulty is very stimulating. It is actually probably one of the most difficult games in the franchise. One of the very end game boss fights straight up gave me Knight Artorias vibes. Like, this shit goes so hard.
That's a disease, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I had it. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we didn't even mention. Trying to cram every single new thing that this game added is quite impossible. But
did you hear that Kirby? It has Kirby in it.
Oh yeah, we forgot to mention that actually.
Yeah, I didn't think it was necessary.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm saying this, but we need to talk about the Pokemon game.
I can do it.
Well.
Oh yeah, have fun with that.
Legends Arceus, I think, is one of the biggest leaps that one of the biggest like leaps of faith that the Pokemon series has ever taken, because it's the first time where I feel like they're really trying to do something new, and a lot of it pays off. But first, let's get into what doesn't, and that is, yeah, all right, okay, this game kind of looks like ass, and we just gotta,
highest grossing franchise in the world.
We just gotta like lay that out right now. This game is kind of embarrassing to look at, and it's kind of embarrassing to talk about how much I love this game, because like you're telling me you couldn't take fucking another year to just make sure that the game runs well. But either way,
no, that's money.
Yeah, and it's annoying. It's frustrating, but I gotta at least give this game its dues, and that is that, like I said before, it really reinvents what Pokemon has always been doing. Pokemon is a turn-based RPG, we all know this, and in order to catch Pokemon, right, you have to go in the tall grass and wait for the in order to fight the Pokemon, and then you can fight it, you have to weaken it, which takes fucking forever, and then you throw the fucking Pokeball. What's nice about this game is that you're not really playing as the Pokemon in like an RPG-esque setting, you're playing as the trainer. You're trying to crouch in tall grass, sneak up to Pokemon, and like take like a Pokeball and just chuck it at it. You know, kind of like what you would expect Pokemon to be if you just like engaged with like, you know, the anime and like, you know, what Pokemon was as like a cultural thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a Metal Gear
game. Yeah. And it's surprising that it took them this long to finally take that leap. But again, it works really well. So the whole, I would talk about the story, but like, who gives a shit? You're a kid from the future. You come to the past, and it's like,
wait, what? What? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's not a spoiler. It's at the very beginning of the game. So
you're from the.
You're a kid from the future, and Arceus summons you to save the world. So he turns into a phone. You go in his, you put him in his pocket. And then you travel to the past. Yeah, this is all normal shit.
I can't believe you managed to spoil Legends Arceus for me.
It's not a spoiler. It happens in the first. Dude, you boot up the game and this happens.
How could you spoil the first 10 seconds of Pokemon Legends Arceus?
I don't know what to do.
The first 10 seconds, I don't care, but I'm really baffled that no one has ever mentioned that before.
Because it's irrelevant. It's so irrelevant, dude. Because, all right, but to be fair, like, this is where I know that the fucking Pokemon is called Arceus and not Arceus, because the name of the item that you get is called the Arc Phone, A-R-C phone, and they're not going to call it the Arse phone. You know what I mean? So
I think I'd like that.
The name has to be Arceus, but I'm going to say Arceus because that's what I've said since I knew this Pokemon existed. Anyway, so you go to the past, and you have to, like, try to save the relationship between Pokemon and humans. Like, the whole story is humans are super scared of Pokemon because they're like these destructive beasts, but you're from the future, so you know that Pokemon are our friends. So you have to, like, you know, introduce Pokemon into the society and be like, they can really help us and everything. But again, the story is who gives a shit. It's always who cares in Pokemon, but I think they establish it decently enough. What I really like about this game is the exploration. You have 5 big zones that you can explore, all housing different Pokemon, and, like, different Pokemon spawn in different environments. So, like, you're used to running into, like, Pokemon in weird spots, right? But in this game, like, the Pokemon that swim are all in the lake, and you have to go swimming to find them. You know, like, if there's, like, a Pokemon that, like, is buried underground, like, because they're, like, a mole or something, you have to, like, try to find them digging around before you can, you know what I mean? Like, it really plays with the idea of these Pokemon live in environments and not just like these Pokemon are accessed in these specific tiles because we made this the snow area, you know? Like, I think that it does a really good job in that aspect, and it really makes you feel like you're not so focused on being a trainer in this game. Like, in the other Pokemon games, right, you're trying to go from gym to gym to become the Pokemon Master. But in this game, you're like, since Pokemon aren't really a thing with humans, you're like trying to more or less be like a scientist and fill up the Pokedex to try to study these creatures more. And I think that like shift in how they like do that makes it much more interesting. Because yeah, I'm concerned about getting like a powerful team so I can go to like late game areas, but like I'm not trying to like min-max exactly what I'm, you know, I'm not trying to
craft the perfect team because you can play around with different Pokemon because there's not as much like need to form a team of 6 because you have more freedom.
Yeah, exactly. It lets you like explore with, thank you. It lets you like explore like different options more. You don't have to stick to a specific team because there's so much exploration and everything to do.
My concern with what you describe is that less battles might make the game less engaging.
That's not true, though, because the exploration aspect of it is what makes this game so interesting.
Okay.
True. I also gotta, if it's okay for me to interject ever so slightly, I love the way they handle alpha Pokemon in this game.
Yeah.
It's nice little diversions to sort of do like a Metal Gear Sneak sort of thing, and it's very stressful.
It is very satisfying when you like throw the Pokeball and like hits them in the back, and you get like that very like satisfying just ka-chung!
Yeah, it's literally a.
And also, speaking of battles, even though there aren't like as many trainer battles, the battle system itself is very revamped. Every move now, like you have like you see like a turn order now. Like you can go like, all right, I'm gonna make this move a light move, which will not do as much damage, but it'll give me another turn, or I'm gonna go all in on this attack. I'm not gonna get another turn for a while, but it's gonna do a lot of damage.
Yeah. And, like, if you're, like, a higher-leveled Pokemon fighting, like, a weak Pokemon because you're in an earlier area, you'll just automatically get more turns because your speed is so much more than the, like, weak Pokemon that's there. They really do spin battles on their head here, and I think that, like, you know, in the past, you wouldn't want to do that because what if you want to transfer Pokemon over? But now they don't really give a shit about that, and I think it is, like, more beneficial to the series as a whole.
And then there's also the boss fights where you have to like dodge projectiles coming at you because Pokemon
it's another fucking Souls game.
Yeah.
I think you'll find that that's going to be a theme to.
What? All the games are Souls games?
Yeah, right.
I also love the Pokemon Gen 4 fan service in this game. It goes so hard.
Yeah, well, it takes place in like an ancient Sinnoh, so like they do play around with that idea too.
Except the protagonist, apparently.
all the characters themselves are like ancestors of characters from other Pokemon games, and like I don't want to say they play around with it a lot, but like you definitely like are seeing characters and you're like, oh, you vaguely look like this character. That's cute, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be fun to discover.
Yeah.
There's also one character from Gen 5 who also got sent back in time but lost their memory.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, actually, don't tell me because I actually want to be surprised.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's too bad this game looks like dog shit.
It's
and we've come full circle.
This game looks like fucking ass. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we had to start and end with that because
if there's one thing I could say about Kirby and the Forgotten Land is that it looks fucking amazing.
Well, that's the thing. It's a Kirby game. A lot of
Pokemon Legends Arceus looks like I made it. Me with no skill whatsoever, and I just booted up Unreal Engine 3 and download a bunch of Pokemon assets and put them in the world. And you're like, yeah, that works.
So
he couldn't fix the artifacting in the caves.
The caves are the most embarrassing.
Also, I think they still use the same Pikachu render that they've been using since X and Y, which is so funny.
If it ain't broke.
Dude, it's so frustrating. They make all these HD models to future-proof Pokemon, and then they're like, we're just going to use the crusty 3DS models. Oh my god.
Yeah. I am going to, steer you guys to the vote.
Yeah.
Why am I surprised? Okay. We're starting with Graham.
I'm going to vote for Pokemon Legends RC. I'm sorry, us?
Remote control us?
Bum, 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 bum.
Clanky.
I am giving it to Arceus, but I do really love Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I didn't talk about it much, but that game is phenomenal.
Yeah. All right, Christian.
One last thing I'll say about Kirby and the Forgotten Land, and this kind of applies to every post-Return to Dreamland Kirby game. We talked about the amazing soundtrack. One thing I love about modern Kirby games is that they give the best names to their songs ever. And like people make quizzes online where you have to guess whether a song title is from Kirby or Toho. It's really funny.
Oh my gosh.
A couple of my favorite examples. These are songs from Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Sword of the Surviving Guardian, The Wastes Where Life Began, The One Who Controls the World, Soaring Determination, : No Night is Eternal, Faded Dream of a Psycho Meddler, and then my personal favorite, Please Don't Inhale the Cinema Patrons. I am voting
Nightwish songs?
Yeah, exactly. I'm voting for Kirby and the Forgotten Land, please. God, please.
Okay. Taylor.
I want you guys all to know that you shouldn't take Christian's value of liking Kirby because Christian loves Kirby. You should take my value at loving Kirby because this is my favorite Kirby game, and it's kind of like the Mario Galaxy of Kirby.
Oh,
and let that
it
speak
has a
for the
crappy
record
sequel?
of how I will kill you.
Go, I'll enjoy it.
I actually wrote in my notes, I'm so excited for the sequel to Kirby and the Forgotten Land that nobody cares about but me.
Excuse me?
Because they forgot about it. It's the Forgotten Land. Forgotten sequel.
Forgottener Land. The point I'm trying to make is that, like, this is no joke. Like, I have no doubt that Legends Arceus is going to be really good when I play it because I have much more desire to play that than actual Scarlet and Violet. I just feel like it will not be my favorite Pokemon game, and this is my actual favorite Kirby game.
That's fair.
Okay. It's tied up for Mick.
Oh, there's no question. Kirby and the Forgotten Land is one of the closest I've ever gotten to actually buying a Switch.
Yes!
I really want to play Kirby and the Forgotten Land. It's just a shame it's on a garbage console.
I want you to understand.
Do you like anything?
Christian, you won. You got what you wanted.
You're right, Mick. I love you.
You can let him hate the Switch and love Kirby. It's fine.
Kirby and the Forgotten Land is one of the only good-looking Switch games.
He's right for that.
Mick, I'm gonna be real with you. You might have just saved Christmas.
Shalom. Round 3.
Now we just got to make sure that Hanukkah doesn't die in losers round 1.
Well, I mean, it's not 2000, so we're not getting these games for Hanukkah anymore.
That's true. Now you're getting it, Jordan.
Yeah. You're. Oh, that's the bit. Okay.
No. There's no. I'm falling through a ventilation shaft.
Is this the new Make Crab Explode fall through a ventilation shaft?
I don't know. Listen, have you not learned that the way to get a bit out there is to just repeat the same thing over and over again until it spreads?
No.
That's how you force a bit into existence. It's never going to feel right.
Zooey Mama. Frittata.
Zooey Mama.
Frittata.
I'm sorry. I just heard like 5 examples to the contrary.
Yeah. All right. 2 very similar games in round 3. God of War Ragnarok, which is a Taylor pick that was sort of compromised on here, versus my wild card pick, which is Powerwash Simulator. Taylor, you want to go first?
Can I make a request?
Yeah.
Mention literally nothing about the story of God of War Ragnarok.
I thought you were going to say mention nothing about the story about Powerwash Simulator.
No, you can spoil that game for all I care.
Can I say that I like it?
Yes, you can. Like, you just can't, like, no details. I want to go
no details, but can I reflect on elements of it that make me happy without deferring to any direct things?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
All
right. I won't, I don't think this has to be very long. Okay. You sure you want me to go first, by the way, Jordan?
I do, yeah, because I don't have a lot to say about the other one.
Okay, because I also don't have a ton to say because we talked about God of War 2018, and this is really, at the end of the day, this is just a sequel of considerable quality that offers a lot of closure to that first game, to the characters of that game, especially if you play the phenomenal DLC. The first game teased the 9 realms. And in this game, you actually get to see the 9 realms. They are varied and neat, and they find ways to make some of the small areas feel kind of non-linear. Like in God of War 1, you had this big open sea that you could explore and do side quests. The Ragnarok has a couple of different ways to go around doing something similar to that, and that makes it feel like it's not an open world game, but like still gives you the freedom to like play around and do things that I just think works really well. Gameplay feels very similar to the original God of War, and that's why it's kind of tough to find new things to touch on, because to some degree, this is like the second half of one game. Yeah. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. The original game is so good. It's just maybe not different enough, which is why I was hesitant to put it in my top 3, because there's only so much I could say about it. That, and I played this game in the most uncomfortable chair ever. I didn't have my couch or bed set up, so I just had to sit in this chair, and every 30 minutes I would have to get up because the chair was uncomfortable, and that's the biggest memory I have of playing God of War Ragnarok, is that this chair is too uncomfortable, and the game is like 40 hours, so I was complaining about the chair a lot.
Buddy.
Yeah. As far as new things go, you do get a new weapon that is not as good as the Leviathan axe. As I said, I really, really like the story, especially some of the endgame stuff. I feel like the free DLC they put out a year later, the free Valhalla DLC, is so good and so different from the base game that I almost feel like it could be justified putting it on the year it came out. I don't know if I'm going to do that, but I will say that I might actually like the DLC more than the base game because it's a Hades roguelike with a great narrative epilogue to all of God of War, great bosses, a gameplay loop, and lots of character that I really, really like. The honest worst I could say about this game is that it's a bit more of the same, and combat can feel kind of weighty and weird at times, maybe a little slow, but not necessarily in a bad way. Maybe it's because the load times on PS4 are longer, and when I die, I have to wait really long. Still got good super bosses and stuff. It's more God of War 2018. It's probably better than God of War 2018. It's just they're kind of close for me that I don't even know which one I like more. But like, if you at all liked God of War before it, then like you're gonna have a good time. And I kind of need Mick to play it because I have things I need to talk to Mick about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very, very important things that are going to shape the foundation of how I want him to explain things to me going forward in the future.
Okay.
Yeah. I applaud you for doing a pitch that was shorter than Christopher Judge's speech at the Game Awards.
That's not typical, Jordan.
I know. Shorter than Adrian Brody's speech too, but that's
honestly, you need to ask yourself.
Wow, what a Yearlies captain! It was only Chris Judge. It was only one Pokemon and Kirby pitch.
You need to ask yourself who's more responsible for the please wrap it up, Jeff Keighley or Christopher Judge for absolutely being the catalyst.
Oh, of course it was Christopher Judge.
Christopher Judge and Adrian Brody pitch games on the Yearlies.
Yeah, at least Joseph Ferris is succinct.
Fuck.
All right,
maybe a little too succinct sometimes, but
maybe. I'm telling you,
Split Fiction came out yesterday.
Oh yeah. So okay. Speaking of succinct, all right. Powerwash Simulator.
What?
Sorry. God, this is gonna be
Simulator.
Simulator. It's Simulator now. It's Simulator now.
Simulator.
Oh no, my autism accent.
Powerwash Simulator is a masterpiece.
Oh no.
Hello,
Okay.
Joe.
Iron helps us play. All right. Powerwash Simulator. Can I talk about this fucking game now? I'm gonna talk about this fucking game now.
1 sec.
This is me as the wild card putter-upper celebrating the popular game, but in the same sense, Powerwash Simulator is the nth degree of what video games can recreate, what the video game experience can be, and that people can now play a game that is therapeutic, where you just power wash buildings and things until they're clean. That's the game. You go and you just clean things, and people think it's the most therapeutic thing. We're in an age now where the weirdest sort of like pastimes and things are now video game quality, like the trombone one that was a meme for a good week or so.
Trombone champ.
Or like games where it's just walking simulators, or games where it's just,
truck simulators.
Exactly.
Like
this
Flight
is
Simulator.
Yeah, but this is like the more specific version of that, where you take out a power washer and you just sort of wash things, and there's quality in that. And I mean, obviously people stream to it, but I mean, it's funny. There was an argument brought up earlier about so one of the honorable mentions, it was a stupid game made just for streaming. This is a lot more than that. It's the kind of thing where, all right, full disclosure, I haven't played this. I just know from watching streams of it and watching other people
play Jordan's theme music.
It's just Jordan going, I have no theme music.
Yes. No.
I am what I am.
I do get what you mean, though, Jordan. I like when the Grumps played, I am able to just vibe out, and it's so relaxing that I can just.
It's a
fall
vibes
asleep.
game. It's literally a vibes game.
But I'm wondering if you know this, Jordan. Do you know that there? And I'm sorry if I'm stealing this from you. So I'll give it a minute because you would immediately know what I'm talking about. 5, 4, 3, 2. Do you know that they added Wallace and Gromit DLC to it?
Oh yeah, I did. Yes, I do know that. And because that's the other thing I wanted to bring up with this, which is DLCs that are very good. Like you can clean SpongeBob's house, you can clean the DeLorean from Back to the Future, and Marty, and
Marty, you gotta wash my car.
Yes, and you can wash Wallace's house from Wallace and Gromit, which ties directly into a close shave because they have what?
You can wash the family.
You can wash the family. No, the DLC for this, I think, is made things a lot cooler. But yeah, it's the ultimate therapeutic, let off some steam, focus on other things, and just, it's a turn off your brain kind of game, but it's also probably one of the best examples of that in the modern 2020s era. I didn't really have a lot of options for a wild card for this one. I put it up because it's a popular game that people like and a lot of people have played, and it's fascinating to talk about the fact that we've gotten to a point in video game history where people can get a kick out of a video game experience that's just cleaning things with a power wash.
If I may step in. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go.
I'll just step in for a brief moment. Powerwash Simulator fits into a niche of games that I only really started experiencing in 2022, of which I dubbed fidget games, which I think I mentioned back when I talked about Fuggle. Basically, games that I would just boot up and play when I was on Discord calls with people. So like games like Fuggle, games like Vampire Survivors, games that are, by all intents and purposes, minimal input, but give you the visual stimulation and satisfaction to essentially serve the same purpose as a fidget toy. But I guess Powerwash Simulator is also notable because in all of those streams that you mentioned, like, it definitely is a good litmus test for, like, streaming about something that isn't just reactions to games, because you can't react to Powerwash Simulator.
Sure you can. I'm washing.
Look at me washing this thing. Look at me washing this thing.
Here.
But like, it's always fun going into a Powerwash stream and seeing like, oh, it's a Q&A. Oh, it's they're doing a little funny little like bit in this one, and it's like, it's never about the game itself, but it's because they can play the game itself that they're able to like essentially give themselves a platform to experience other great things.
It's also like Doom, where you can play it on crabs if you wanted. You can play on basically anything.
Do you guys remember last Yearlies we did a bowling joke where presidents were bowling puns? George Washington is right there.
Oh,
Washington! Oh my God!
Perfect.
And then John Washington.
And then Thomas Washington.
J. Edgar Washington.
He wasn't the president.
I know, but it's still fun.
William Howard Washington.
Andrew Washington.
That could be like 3.
Andrew Washington.
Andrew Washington was great in Spider-Man.
Lincoln.
I fucking was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah. All right. We're fooling around now. But yeah, Powerwash Simulator, I put it up because of the significance and the, it's a fascinating game. We can go to the vote if we want. Graham, you're up.
Pass me some of that Powerwash Simulator.
Really? Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Clanky.
I do really respect Powerwash Simulator, but I am giving it to Ragnarok.
Christian.
You have no idea how much I want to vote for Powerwash Simulator. I love these fucking fidget games. I was gonna play this one game where you play as like, where you have to go into like the settings of like games like Doom, where there's blood and guts all over the place, and the game is you playing as a custodian cleaning up the blood and the guts from the floors and walls.
That's great. A cleanup detail.
Yeah, I actually really want to play that. It's of a similar vibe to Powerwash Simulator. But I know I'd like Ragnarok more. Maybe if I played Powerwash Simulator, I would vote for it there. But for now, I know I would enjoy Ragnarok a little more.
Yeah, absolutely. Taylor.
Jordan, a lot of people come up to me and they say to me, Taylor, how are you going to save Christmas?
Who are these people?
And I say, well, first of all, thank you for that question.
He's been saying this for years.
And I answer, I vote for God of War Ragnarok.
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah, I mean, one of these is a game, the other is just a little thing you do.
I think it's just also like
Otherwise,
from
it's
what
a
I've
game.
seen of Power Wash Simulator, it takes a long time to clean things, and I almost feel like my brain would want to be rewarded for accomplishing a goal faster than it takes to clean an entire playground. And the other thing, to clean a playground in Power Wash Simulator takes the time it would take to clean a playground.
Yeah, but when you clean
so
an individual
your
thing,
gripe is
it sparkles and plays a little ding.
You can't put a price on
the
that.
Power Wash Simulator game. Your gripe is with the fact that power washers take a while to actually clean things.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Yeah. So your grievance is against the people that
you know
make
what,
power
Jordan,
washers.
now I'm angry.
The game
Why
is
does
separate.
power washing take so fucking long? What the hell, man? You know,
the game is an accurate simulation of that.
Man,
You know, it's not the game's fault.
We should start a union.
They
How
should
many,
be.
how many of us here have actually power washed before?
I have.
Me.
I have too.
I would love to.
I've been power washed.
You got to go over it a couple of times. You
I-
can't get everything off the first time.
Am I the loser who hasn't? What?
You live in you live in an urban
live in the city.
environment. There's not really any chances for you to do it.
Yeah, unless you want to
I mean,
power wash
grew up-
random streets.
I grew up in a suburb.
It's 3-1 Ragnarok, Mick, for
Ragnarok?
posterity.
I'm voting for God of War Ragnarok.
Okay, cool. Yeah. All right, photo one. Right now.
Kept it from being 5-0, Jordan.
Thank you, Graham.
You know what?
That's not-
I appreciate it.
I don't like when people prevent it from being a 5-0 anymore because I really like going ba 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 ba.
It's therapeutic, isn't it? Much like Power Wash Simulator.
Yeah, that's the thing. And you know how long it takes to do that? Less time than it takes to power.
Taylor
Again,
wants to play
it's
look
not
at
the
objects that
game's
are Power
fault.
Wash Simulator.
This is one of the silliest grievances we've had with a game in a while. Since the game doesn't work in Parappa
Jordan,
the
I've
Rappa.
already started the union. It's too late for me.
No. The pettiest game grievance that anyone on the Yearlies has is probably me and fucking not playing Spider-Man 2 because they changed his fucking face.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
it's Clanky not voting for any of the Ratchet and Clank games.
Yeah.
I was
That one's
thinking
like
it too.
childhood spite that I've just carried over my entire.
Yeah, but it's okay because then I showed you that your actual origins came a lot earlier with Backyard Baseball.
Backyard
and I
Baseball,
think you're going to
yeah.
go through a character arc.
Well, I'm glad that you
No.
think so.
No.
Clanky,
All right.
this is for Christmas, man.
We're doing it for Christmas. Round 4. We have Neon White, which is a Taylor pick, versus DNF Duel. I'm assuming that stands for Did Not Finish the Duel,
It stands for down.
Sure enough.
which would lead me to believe it's a Graham pick, but Mick put it up. Graham does not finish games.
I finished something
or
else.
even
though.
start them for Yearlies. All right. Who wants to go first?
You can have it, Nick, because I'd prefer to go first for round 6.
Okay, sure. So DNF Duel is one of the only anime fighters I've ever gotten into. If you guys are familiar with the company Arc System Works, they make games like Blaze Blue and Guilty Gear, and also Persona 4 Arena and Dragon Ball Fighters. They make probably some of the best and most high quality anime fighting games out there. I've kind of always wanted to get into them because I got friends who play who are really into them, but for various reasons that I won't go into, I am very reluctant to try and get into a game like Guilty Gear. But then DNF Duel was announced, and I'm like, this actually looks pretty interesting. And as it happens, it was probably a pretty good start, because DNF Duel is similar to other anime fighters, but with a lot of more simplified mechanics. I found it was actually pretty easy to get into, especially compared with some of the more complicated anime fighters out there, as well as just having the right vibe for a game that I want. The game itself is a spin-off of the game Dungeon Fighter Online, which I know nothing about, so don't ask me. I literally know
Fighter Online.
At least they have the same initials.
I think it's like an online version of Golden Axe.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's like the worst thing you could possibly say to me.
Yeah, but anyway, that's unimportant to my actual pitch because I don't know anything about the game. I think it's like Dungeon Axe. That's it. This game is basically taking the characters from that and making a fighting game out of them.
Is it fun?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's game's kind of dead now, but like no one plays it, and they've stopped patching it. So I don't know if I could necessarily recommend anyone go that you should. Oh yeah, you should go check it out. But
I have a question.
Yeah.
On a scale between a 3-year-old infant and Hungry Box, how good do I have to be at this game to get enjoyment out of it?
As I said, I had never played an anime fighter before, and this was my first one. And I've how many hours have I sunk into it? Like I had never played a Blaze Blue, Guilty Gear, or anything like that before, and I wound up putting in about 50 hours of gameplay. Which isn't a ton, but I mean that's more than I played Left 4 Dead 2.
What? Oh wow. Okay. I mean,
Ooh.
Sure.
I think if you play the game with friends, you could probably get it. And the game actually has a decent community that they've got a Discord where they pretty good about trying to get new people into the game.
I'm gonna show up and just become the problem student. They can't fix me.
Yeah, I really enjoy this game, even if it's a kind of a simple game that's not really being supported anymore. But I had a lot of fun with it. It's the only anime fighter I've ever been able to get into because there's no fucking fan service in it, or at least minimal fan service. So that's real I gotta say. And also, I now understand the fucking code, the anime fighter code, with the fucking numbers. This will make sense to anyone who plays anime fighting games.
So none of
I've
us
played 15 minutes of Guilty Gear.
Yeah, do you know the numbers?
No.
Yeah, so combos in anime fighters are just a long string of numbers.
Okay, yeah.
As opposed to, rather than saying something like, up, down, left, right, that sort of thing, they just use numbers instead. It's very confusing. I don't understand.
One of these is why is this combo my social security
number?
Exactly.
Exactly. That's exactly what it feels like sometimes.
What happens if I do this?
I'll go ahead then.
Yeah.
Neon White is so. I've talked about my awesome Freddy Fish 3 speedrunning skills, but the truth is, outside of that game, I am not a particularly big speedrun type guy. Neon White, however, is one of the best speedrunning games ever made because it is directly part of its game design. The game design is about learning how to speedrun a game. It is a first-person platformer hybrid shooter where you sacrifice your weapons to gain momentum. And what works about this game is that levels are so short. We're talking, 30 seconds to 2 minutes. That it is so easy to replay levels because the game, every time you finish a level fast enough, the game will give you more perks to make speedrunning the level better. So you get a bronze, and it's like, hey, you got a bronze, so now we're going to put a speedrun ghost in the game so you can track your speed. Then you get a gold, and it's like, hey, now we're going to show you shortcuts in every level so you can get the platinum. And as a result, I actually got to platinum every single level, and it was really rewarding. There's also a harder red platinum, which is Dev's Time, that I didn't get any of. And fortunately, that's not necessary for completion. Don't do those unless you really want to take it seriously. But the game blend of discarding weapons for platformer-based abilities feels so seamless and amazing. It's so smooth, no weight to it. Combat also just feels good because you use the ability to destroy weapons with your guns partially as a means to use the platforming. You know how I think Graham or someone here said that Doom Eternal, they hated the platforming in Doom Eternal, and maybe
that was Graham.
It was Graham, yeah. So this is that.
If anyone was going to say that.
This is that, but like I thought it was good in Doom Eternal, but this is that times like 50. It's so much better.
It's very good in this game too.
Yeah. the side quest levels that you get from finding secret presents in every levels have some really creative levels that really take advantage of individual weapon types that you can get in the game that I think are really great. The only thing that sucks is that you have to get through some pretty mediocre side quest dialogue. Some people will tell you that the story is not fantastic, and I don't agree with that sentiment exactly, other than I think the villain is really stupid and his personality boils down to I'm so fucking manipulative. And
look at how evil I am.
Yeah, it's like look how manipulative I am. That's the confines of it all.
And then there's there's Booby Lady and with fucking
I would not typecast Violet to just being Booby Lady. I don't think that's fair. But
Booby Lady.
She's the one who the writing fucking diagnoses her. Is that whatever?
Yes,
I did not go into this saying I was going to criticize the writing. I'll shut up.
Look, yes, there is a line where she goes, "Never be born with big boobs, Hwhite." But like, that's not every line, okay? There's also a great
kawaii
line.
MySpace energy. I can't stand it.
I need to explain something. So this is a game where the theme of the story is forgiveness, and you are brought into heaven to deal with their demon problem. But what's really interesting is that every person who's in heaven perceives its deities differently. So you, Neon White, perceive the deities as cats, but your buddy, Neon Yellow, will come in and go, "Can you believe we're taking orders from the John Cena?" And I don't care what Christian tells you, that's the greatest line ever. Also, unpopular opinion, but it's okay because Christian's going to tell you differently, so it all balances out. I don't like the music, but that's not a popular opinion. Christian, talk about the music.
I'll step in. The soundtrack for this game, they commissioned Machine Girl to do the soundtrack. Long Island-based breakcore techno band Machine Girl.
Jesus.
And yes,
you were dealt a bad hand.
This soundtrack
Heaven is a trip.
Neon White. My personal favorite song is Cloud9. I think this soundtrack is fucking so good. It's not really some of my favorite Machine Girl album work, but it fits so well in the context of the game. It sort of has this almost fabricated heaven vibe to it. It fits the game perfectly, in my opinion.
Yeah. Which is to say that like which is to say is that one person's problems are another person's pleasure. Christian's got mixed feelings on the story. I got mixed feeling about the music, but there are good qualities to it all. And otherwise, this is just one of the most addictive games that I played that year. Stuff with content. There's as much or as little challenge and speedrunning as you want to engage with. Again, I think the theme of forgiveness is actually good if you give it a chance. Other than I'm so fucking manipulative. I really like Neon White.
Okay. Cool.
I'll speak very briefly, very, very briefly, as someone who is not really as much into the super completionist when I played Neon White. It's also great if you're just casually like playing through the game because
Christian didn't do a single side quest and he still had fun.
Yeah, the game gives you just enough motivation to be like, oh, you know, I was like so close to beating the level on the record on this level. I'll just go back a couple of times and do that, and it still gives you a very satisfying time, even if you're not like super hard lining all of the records.
I don't believe that anyone who plays this wouldn't want to at least give a level another chance.
Is it like safe to say that it's kind of similar to how like Hotline Miami does its levels?
I have not played it, so I can't exactly speak to that.
Okay.
But I do know, but I do know that like Hotline Miami is like very fast paced and like kind of like having a perfect rhythm to things, right?
Yeah.
Neon White is like that too.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm also not sure if Hotline Miami shares this trait where it's like if you play when in Neon White, you will be able to play the level the exact same way every single time. If you like, the level does not change. There are no random values. In Neon White, everything always operates the same.
I think that like there can be random values in Hotline Miami, but I think that everything is largely placed in like a specific place when you start the level. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people who like Hotline Miami really like Neon White.
That would track.
Also, not mentioned, main character, Steve Bloom.
True.
There you go.
I think the voice acting is very good in this game. No matter what Christian says.
I think there's voice acting in this game.
You were dealt a bad hand.
I I can say I've seen a bit of the game, and I think I'm gonna go with I'm gonna say the voice actors are very talented, but they cannot make the script. They can only do so much with the script they're given.
Yes, Mick.
Sometimes it's
Yes.
like that.
You are also anti-script.
Look, the writing's not great. Okay,
It's got its listen. It's got its bad moments. I don't deny that, but like, I don't think it's a complete wash.
No,
I
Complete
didn't
Wash
think the
was
story
last
was
round.
bad until. Let's just vote.
I'm sorry. I had to get that
No,
joke
it's
in there.
fine. It's fine. I'm fine. Everything's great. I'm gonna save Christmas. I'm gonna fall through the
We're gonna save
ventilation
Christmas.
shaft. A third running joke that I probably came up with.
Fargo. All right. We start still with Graham.
I'm gonna vote for Neon White 4.
Wow, I didn't even realize they made
I had to sneak it in somewhere.
they made Neon Whites 1 through 4 all in the same year.
Yeah.
Wow, way to go. I said Clanky.
Oh, I didn't know. Sorry. Yeah, I think despite the fact that the writing, from the way it sounds, I'm probably gonna fucking hate the writing if I ever experience the game too. But I'm still gonna give it to Neon White.
Yeah, you can go into it with an open mind because it's very 50-50, I'm realizing.
I just don't think it's that bad. We're taking orders from the John C.
All right, Christian.
As soon as we started talking about Neon White, I went onto Spotify and started blasting Mother Father. So I'll vote for Machine Girl on this one, aka Neon White.
not to be confused with the hermaphroditic parent in Xenoclash, father mother.
No, that's exactly what I was talking about.
Taylor.
I just want it stated for the viewers that absolutely heard it, but nobody called me out on it, that I incorrectly abbreviated DNF Duel earlier on purpose, and not one of you called me out on it.
This is coming from the honorable Bentions group, dude.
Such a good answer, man. I vote for Neon White.
We're only a couple slip-ups away from calling it Bonerable Henshins.
We would.
I like this
4-0. Oh yes, exactly. It's 4-0 for Mick.
DNF Duel.
Want to do the bub.
No.
Okay.
I like my game.
Why do you hate Hawaii?
I don't. I like my game.
Why do you hate Hawaii? Round 5. We have Signalis, which is a Graham pick, versus Melatonin, which you can get at your local pharmacy if you have trouble sleeping.
Thank you. I do.
Melatonin. My name is Melatonin.
I don't know what you guys are talking about, all right? My body produces melatonin naturally. I don't need to buy it.
Jordan, instead of again, round 5 is Signalis versus my sleeping pill.
That's great. Who wants to go first this round?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Were you waiting for Clanky to get angry because he wanted to go first?
It's okay. You can go first, Graham.
Thank you, Clanky.
You're welcome.
Signalis is one of the most beautifully tragic games I've ever played. This is Silent Hill 2. If I didn't already know everything about Silent Hill 2 when I went play Silent Hill 2, like a 2-person dev team, they just came together and made this hauntingly tragic tale where you are a robot girl trying to find someone important to them. They have a photo in this decrepit mining station where people all of the robots went insane. There's so much in this. I have to explain that the robots are all they're called I forget exactly what they're called, but they're all I think replicants is what the term they use, but they're all based on real people, where they like download it and like mass produce these like that have certain roles, and then but then those robots just went insane in this mining facility, and you are another robot who we think is not insane trying to go in, and I can't. Words are not the medium that Signalis was designed to be like felt through. Like this is a game that's meant to be felt like in every room you go in, all of the beats, all of the enemies you face, every note you find, every single puzzle here, it just adds up to this. Like after I played it, like the first few weeks, I would think about the ending, and I would genuinely get like misty-eyed thinking about the ending to this game, how the ending recontextualizes everything in this game, how like if for people who were here when I did my list when I played this game in 2023, this is the game that got number 1, beating out Baldur's Gate 3.
Damn,
man. Oh man,
and that should tell you how much I fucking love this game.
It doesn't tell me anything because this is 2022 and 2023 hasn't happened yet.
Well, imagine, if you will, 2023.
Oh, now I see it.
There you go.
Yeah, a year where we did more funny yearlies.
Lobsters lactating. If you want like more of just like gameplay of it, this is a top-down. I don't want to call it completely isometric, but it's like a top-down shooter where you have like Resident Evil style inventory where you have limited slots. Because it is hard-coded in your programming, you can only carry 6 things. And that there was like some complaints like about it because like but the devs like they released a patch like a few months ago where like you can try where all right your flashlight and like some other like items like won't take up a slot, so it's much better now. And then one of my favorite things about like the gameplay itself is so when you go to shoot something, if you hold your like the reticle over it for longer, it'll like the reticle will like get smaller and you can attack for more damage. So like it's like this interesting cat of mouse of you're trying to like get away far enough so you can hold down the trigger and shoot an enemy, and then also enemies will come back if you don't burn them.
That's like Resident Evil 1 with the Crimson
and
Ends.
you have very limited. So you it's also this game of you're playing. Okay, where do I burn the enemy here? Because if I'm going to be going here a lot, or I know I have to go here and get like an item, and then all of the puzzles, I only ever had to look up a solution for a puzzle once. It was because I was literally like too tired and was like, I just need the solution here. All the other puzzles I was able to piece together on my own through my brain, which is not something I can say for a lot of games, even like Silent Hill 2 and stuff.
Well, yeah, survival horror puzzles can range from count to 3 to figure out this cipher system. This fucking Caesar cipher or something.
There's literally
Caesar ciphers. I think what you're thinking of is something like because a Caesar cipher is pretty simple. You're thinking of you're probably thinking of like what was the German one during World War II? The fucking Enigma.
Yeah.
Yes, that fucking whatever.
There's literally one puzzle where the devs were like, this would probably be too annoying for a lot of people to get. So if they want, here's a solution to the puzzle right next to it.
Yeah. Do I get to go to bed?
Clanky, talk about drugs.
Is it time?
Clanky, I want to go to bed.
I will talk about melatonin then. Okay.
I
So
want my sleeping baby.
Melatonin, you're not going to be surprised to hear this, that I put it up, is a rhythm game. Woohoo! So the idea is that you are some guy and you are dreaming, and every single level is a rhythm game that involves some dream that you're having. Whether it's like you're flying on a chair trying to catch food that's flying by your mouth. There's levels where you go on a shopping spree and you keep swiping like a card to, get different, to the rhythm, essentially. This game is similar to a rhythm game like Rhythm Heaven in the sense that, like, you don't have, necessarily, like, a thing that tells you, like a cursor that's moving to a button telling you when to push the button. You kind of have to listen to what's going on in the game itself. You have to listen for the audio cues in order to know when to press the button to the rhythm of whatever's going on. This game is, I really like that this game does, how it does its theming, rather than just kind of throwing a bunch of random nonsense at you that you just choose from from a grid, essentially. The theming, as I said, is like you're going through all these different dreams that this person is having. And like they start off pretty basic, but then like you get later on and they get more, I guess, like, I don't want to say deep because, you know, it's not really deep, but it's, you know, it's at least better than like a surface level, like, oh, I dreamed about exercising, you know? So, one of my favorite levels in that case is one called The Past, which is you're rather than having like peppy upbeat music, it sounds a bit more sinister, and you're like burning photos to rhythm, which I think is, you know, pretty cool. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's insane.
But yeah, I don't want to go through all of them because I'll be here all day. But one thing I did want to mention about this game is what I find really the most interesting thing about it is that like it's I feel like this would be a great rhythm game to recommend people who are, like, not necessarily the best rhythmically, because I feel like you can still have fun with it, because it's... This game does, like, a star system when it comes to beating levels, and you have to get at least 1 star in order to clear it, right? And depending on how much, how many successes you have with the rhythm, you know, your bar on the side goes up. And it's interesting because it's easy to clear the levels in this game, but it's fucking hard to get, like, the perfects in this game, so to speak. Like,
can I ask you something?
Yeah.
What's the challenge-wise, the equivalent of getting a superb, not a perfect, a superb in Rhythm Heaven? How challenging is it to do something equivalent to that in Melatonin?
I thought that was pretty easy, but again, like, how do I say this? The thresholds for that isn't that bad. It's hard to gauge it exactly because you have 3 stars, and so, like, there's, like, it would be like if there was a level between okay and superb in Rhythm Heaven, you know what I mean?
So 2 stars.
Yeah, that's my point, is, like, I like, are you saying 2 or 3 stars? Because getting 2 stars, I would say, is pretty easy. Getting 3 stars, probably a little bit tougher. But like I said, getting the perfects in this game is hard. This is a very challenging rhythm game to perfect for me, which I think is... I honestly enjoy the challenge, even if,
that
like...
scares me, because you're the music major.
Yeah, I mean, like, take that for what you will, but that being said, if you're not in the business of trying to get 100% in this game, then you will be able to clear it just fine. It's very much an easy to learn, hard to master situation, you know?
Like I said, I would just want the equivalent of getting all the medals in it, you know?
Yeah, that would be getting the 3 stars in every level, and I think that would be pretty challenging outright. But you know, I don't think it's that bad. But that's
this game has backbeats, right?
What do you mean backbeats?
Like it's like lockstep sometimes.
What do you like?
What do you mean? Wait, aren't you guys the ones who always tell me about backbeats?
I'm not sure exactly what you're like.
Am I making backbeats up? Did I make that up?
Are you talking about like the steady beat?
We are
like
so backbeat.
Pushing?
No.
Fuck.
Wait, are backbeats not a thing? Did I make that up?
I mean, like backbeats are like, you know, like
Christian.
like,
what's that Flash Rhythm Heaven game you like that you told me has backbeats?
Oh yeah, Toho Rhythm Carnival. It like backbeats are like it's the opposite of the beat that you're currently going at, right, Clanky? Because that's kind of what lockstep does.
You're thinking of upbeats.
Yes, that's the one.
Well, back is kind of like up.
Yeah.
You see, you heard it here first, folks.
Here is the one thing that I will say about
is kind of like up.
I fucking love this game, right? This is easily my favorite game that came out this year. But like, unfortunately, what I will say is that a lot of the music, not a lot of it, I would say about half of the music isn't very interesting. And in a rhythm game, that is kind of a problem. I do kind of like the interpretation it tries to take. Everything in this kind of sounds very lo-fi-y, and that's because, like, it's supposed to be very dreamlike, right? You have all these, like, pink and purple pastels. Every level starts, or every world, rather, starts with your character falling asleep on the couch, and then, like, the dream is, like, you going through the level select. But, like, despite that, some of the music is a little boring. Some of the music slaps. Some of the music is really good, but some of the music is also a little boring. And that's the one big problem that I do have with this game.
How many songs from this game do you listen like outside of playing this game? Like how many bops have you taken from this game?
I like the one with the I like the shopping spree music. I like the one where you're burning the photos. I like the one where you're getting hypnotized. Those tracks are all really good.
If you were to take an average aggregate of the quality of every game from this and the quality of every game from Fever, how would those rank up against each other?
I think Fever wins. I think Fever wins pretty with a pretty good lead.
Well, Fever, you just get more cowbell.
But again, that's not to say that this game. It's not to say that this game is bad. I still love this game.
Kind of.
Do you want me to give you a question to ask me?
Yes.
Okay. Ask me if the game is if you should vote for it.
Should I vote for Melatonin?
Yes. Okay. No more questions.
Man, I love this interview. Yeah. I'm ready to vote.
All right, cool.
We should have that happen in a job interview. Like the interviewer just asks, "What question do you want to ask?"
Can I get a job? Yes. All right. Clanky.
No.
I'm voting for Melatonin.
Okay. Christian.
This round sucks. Come back to me.
Taylor.
Graham thinks he can just not say that Signalis is a horror game in space and expect me not to know. I'm voting for Melatonin.
Nice try.
It's not a space because it's like a mining colony.
Nice try, Graham.
Nice try.
I see your game.
Mick.
Not today, Graham.
Signalis.
What if? What if?
Yes.
Yeah.
What if I had my own sitcom where people try to trick me into playing space games? And like, it always ends with them failing, and it's like a not today.
That one's going in the Taylor files, it seems.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Stupidest idea in the world. I'm gonna make you play a space game, Taylor. Not today, Abraham. Like,
Hanna-Barbera was on some weird shit with that one.
You have played a space game. You played the Outer Wilds.
Super Mario Galaxy.
Super Mario
Galaxy. You love Super Mario Galaxy too.
Yeah.
That's a space
Taylor, you're
game.
the most space game of all of us.
Graham, it is your
Persona 5 has you go through the mind space.
I'm voting for Signalis.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so I'll tie it up for Christian then.
you know what a tie
Okay, so here's what it comes down to.
All right,
this round
Christian. Before you vote,
no, I'm saying my thing. I'm saying my thing.
Just let him do it.
This round sucks balls because I have invested interest in both of these games, and I wanted to play Signalis before this bracket happened, and Graham, your pitch did not help me make a decision. However, what I'm going to do right now, since I'm very, very split between these two, Melatonin is a gameplay style that I am far more familiar with, so I'm going to vote for Melatonin right now, but I want to stick up for Signalis in the losers bracket.
all I was going to say, Christian, is that Christmas is on the line.
I'm aware. I'm sorry, Graham. Graham, your pitch was really good for Signalis.
Yeah. Okay.
Next time, baby.
So
I'll play it. I want to play it, dude. I want to play it.
All right.
Mick, you're there, right?
Yeah, I'm here.
Or are you over there?
Round 6.
Round 6 is Tunic, which Taylor put up.
Versus, okay, I didn't draw attention to this before because Graham swapped it late in the process. It's Digimon Survive. That is an ominous-ass name. Digimon Survive.
I'll get to it.
The sequel to Metal Gear Survive.
Digimon Survive.
Well, I'd like to go first. So, guys, remember when I said that there's going to be a couple of games here that are secretly Dark Souls games?
Here we are.
Digimon Survive?
As far as video games where you use the context and clues of the world to progress go, this may be my favorite. This game is kind of brilliant. Mick, for context, this has very similar vibes to the Outer Wilds in a lot of the ways you interact with your surroundings to...
Yeah, I'm familiar with this game.
Figure things out. Okay. So I'm gonna try not to say too much because the less you know, the better. So I'm not gonna touch into certain things, but I will give you the baseline, which is this game has no English dialogue. Instead, your only clue on how to play the game is a couple of words of English that come from an in-game manual that you slowly find more pages of as you explore a Zelda-like overworld. And this manual, the way it brings the reality of such simple things to you, the player, is so brilliant. And the way the theme of this game is hiding in plain sight. The idea that there are secrets that are right in front of your face that you're just never going to know about until you actually play the game. Never look for this manual online. Always read it by hand from the game. And it's the way that this game is able to convey, oh my god, plot twist-like moments in the form of its gameplay is a really unique feature of this game that I don't think a lot of other games are capable of doing. All of that with Dark Souls-like combat. There's a stamina bar for dodge rolling, the bosses, and collecting yourself when you die to get your stuff back. But it's all telegraphed in such a memorable way. The art style and world is so fresh in my mind that I can still imagine the entire world of Tunic very much, despite it being like 8 months since I played it. The layers of secret finding is really good, from beating the game to getting the true ending to finding the really secret stuff. There are layers to the secrets, and I would say that you can get an ending without ever having to turn to a guide. And that's why the truth is, like, this is like what Graham said about Signalis. It's almost perfect difficulty. I had to use a guide right at the very end to get the true ending, which I am frustrated with. It may have been asking a little too much of me, but I do feel like those who figure out the game's final secrets are gonna feel so fucking amazing. And what I was able to figure out on my own, I did get my "this is so fucking amazing" moment. And that's really all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Because the less you know, the better. If you like Zelda exploration, if you like Dark Souls combat, then that's your baseline, and then just let those secrets engross you.
Survive.
How do I survive?
So, the Digimon franchise is kind of at a very interesting place. In that, it can't, like, if you compare it to Pokemon, it can't really bring in new audiences like Pokemon, because a lot of, like, the base games are really more built around, like, the virtual pet aspect, which can be, like, if you're not already into Digimon, can be a bit of like a chore to like get through. But good news, everybody, there's no virtual pets like system at all in this game. This game is a strategy game like Fire Emblem or Final Fantasy Tactics. What?
You listed things that I like.
I wasn't supposed to be interested.
Don't worry, it takes place in space.
No.
Okay, thanks, Mike.
Cyberspace.
No.
Well, kinda. I can't go into what Digimon are right now. I can't. But the premise of the game is kind of like a twist on the original, like, first season of Digimon, where it's a group of like Japanese high schoolers who find themselves lost in this like strange world, like on a field trip, and they have to, guess what, survive.
Oh.
And here's a little spoiler: not all the kids are coming back.
Oh no!
Well, you got mixed.
Yeah, some of these kids will die. Horrible deaths, because this Digimon has in recent years gone the approach of, all right, well, we can't attract new audiences. We're gonna appeal to people who have like kind of grown up with them and try to tell a bit more like mature stories, like with these characters. Like death is like frequently acknowledged. You have you also have there are 3 different routes that you can go
Not
down.
all the kids are coming back, Taylor.
Oh yeah. Little roll doll
stole
there.
fizzy and lifting drink.
No, I'm not joking. One of the kids gets eaten by their Digimon.
Oh, man.
Tell me how the children die. That's the whole selling point.
Yeah. The game will have like 3 routes that will drastically determine the story and what bosses you fight, and also what Digimon you can digivolve to. Like your Digimon, like you start out with the bog standard protagonist, Agumon, who's like you know Agumon if you've seen anything Digimon ever.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, like I really like. I think as a fan of Digimon, I really like this. I also think this would be for anybody like our age. If you're like even like a little bit like curious about getting into Digimon, play this before any of the others, because like I said, a lot of the others kind of they want you to already like kind of care and know about Digimon. Like there's no prior knowledge is needed. In fact, the less you know, the better.
I already know about the kids, Graham.
Look, I can't really think of another way to sell this game to another.
Your first selling point is dead children?
Yes, because when I try to sell a game, the first thing I think about is killing children.
No, it's fucking
and
cheap,
I say
Taylor.
that, but I've had multiple conversations with
Taylor. The only other person that could get to like I know with like the gameplay loop is you, and you already have your game on this bracket, so I have to just plead to everybody else.
It goes strategy game, killing kids.
Yes.
You said this was like Fire Emblem, Graham?
Yes.
Damn it. Okay.
He was really here for the killing kids part.
Yeah. The Digimon,
don't look at me. Don't you dare attribute me to this.
Yeah, like there's like it has like the rock paper scissors kind of like element Fire Emblem also has, in that each Digimon is either vaccine, virus, or data, and that will like determine like, oh well, vaccine is given a virus, virus gives it a data, and so forth. The music is fantastic.
Do the units level up like in Fire Emblem and like roll the lever of like, ooh, what skill ups will I get? And it's really addictive.
Kind of, yeah. You could, because you also will potentially unlock other like for the other like kids that you're like with and like trying to get them to survive. Like you'll unlock different Digimon that they can like digivolve into, and like the game has all of these like 2D art that's like very like well done. Like I said, the music is great. The game looks fantastic. It's really just. Digimon Survive is just a really, really good game with Digimon, and kids die.
I'm gonna be suspicious of anyone who votes for this now.
Thank God I can't vote.
I'm watching you fuckers.
All right. Well, on that very happy note,
You could say you're watching here.
I'm watching here. We should be the Yearlies tagline. All right. We go to the vote. It starts with Clanky.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Graham. I'm giving it to Tunic.
It's fine.
Christian.
Sorry, I'm just not into Fire Emblem, nor am I into killing kids. I know it's a controversial opinion here at the Yearlies.
You don't kill the kids. They just happen to die because the story faces realistic consequences of a group of high school students in the woods with like vicious monsters all around. Some of them might die.
Graham goes, the less you know about this game, the better. Okay, here's everything that happens.
Well, to be fair, we are kind of ripping it out of him. But I do like the kind of mature sound of Digimon Survive. Kind of gives me the same kind of dark vibes something Mother 3 gives off. Sadly, I am not a Fire Emblem fan, so I'm going to be voting for Tunic. I am sorry again, Graham.
Okay. Taylor. Well.
Look, Graham, I wasn't supposed to care at all. and now I know where my entry point into Digimon is if I ever choose to take that path in life. But unfortunately, I'm not prepared to take that path in life today. So I'm voting for Tunic.
All right, Mick.
I know it's a major life decision.
It's true. Every day I ask myself, no, I'm not, no. Just pick the next person.
Mick.
I know when I've made too many of the joke.
So, like, here's the thing, Graham. I love Digimon. I was always more of a Digimon fan than a Pokemon fan.
Please. I feel something, however, but please.
There was going to be a however. So here's the thing. It's a visual novel / tactical RPG. And I actually don't, now that I think about it, I don't actually hate tactical RPGs. I just don't, you know what, come back to me.
All right, Graham.
Let's see if Digimon survive losers bracket.
Oh, man. I feel bad.
We're back to you. It's 3-1. It was 3-1 before. Well, not before, but it had 3 before.
Yes, but Mick will always give authentic votes.
If it's 3-1, I have no shame in giving it to Digimon Survive. Okay, maybe I have a little shame.
Just a little bit. All right. So,
but that was always my favorite part about Digimon, is that the kids were actually in danger.
Yeah. That was my favorite part about Digimon, surviving.
No, like that was one of the cool. That was one of the cool. That was the things that made Digimon seem so much cooler. Is that like it felt like they were actual. Every episode felt like they were actual fucking stakes.
I mean,
like fucking.
Some of the Digimon anime go really fucking hard, from what I hear.
Yeah, exactly. It did.
Yeah, like Tamer's like the final boss is like a.
Don't tell me what the final boss is.
No, of Digimon Tamers, the anime. The final boss is like a digital monstrosity elf blob powered by a little girl's depression.
Exactly.
That's D Reaper, right?
Yeah.
That's D Reaper.
Also, Steve Bloom.
It all comes together.
But here's the thing though. I love what was going through Taylor's head at that moment where Graham's like, I'm not gonna tell too much about the game. By the way, the final boss.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly what I was thinking. 100% accuracy, Mick.
All right.
Like, I even watch the show now.
Round 7. This round is Citizen Sleeper, which is a Christian
good number.
Which is a Christian pick, versus Marvel's Midnight Suns. Gee, I wonder if it was Graham. Yeah.
Graham, I have an important question I need to ask you.
Yes.
When did you play Midnight Suns?
I played it the first thing last year.
Okay. Nicely done. Okay, cool.
Wait. Oh, it is a Graham pick. Okay. Did you know that I'm trying to save Christmas this episode?
We had no idea. Starting now.
All right, so Marvel's Midnight Suns. I'm gonna alienate some of you right away by saying it's probably the closest thing we'll ever get to a Marvel Persona game.
Oh man! Oh baby!
Fuck you, Graham.
Graham, you picked some bangers this year.
Stop it! I don't believe you.
You are cooking.
No, the Marvel Midnight Suns is it's a weird like turn strategy with card battle mechanics where
I know this game. Okay.
Yeah, you play with the Midnight Suns, which was a Marvel group story. You have your own custom OC character who can be voiced by Matt Mercer. Yeah, story is there's a demon lady named Lilith who's was banished, came back, and now their child it has to lead the Marvel Midnight Suns. They don't call it the Marvel Midnight Suns to victory against her. The Midnight Suns consist of, let's see here, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Captain Marvel, Blade, Captain America, Hulk, Magic,
Deadpool.
Deadpool is in the DLC, and voiced by Nolan North.
Yeah,
I had to say DLC. You had to say DLC.
I mean, that counts.
Sister Grimm.
Storm. Oh yeah. Sister Grimm, Wolverine, Ghost Rider, Robbie Reyes.
Did you mention Scarlet Witch?
Scarlet Witch.
Okay.
Yeah, they all have their unique play styles, and you can also like give them gifts, interact with them, and like it feels like there might have at one point been like romance options available, and whoever removed those are cowards.
You gotta build up your Marvel social.
Who would you have romanced? If there's one thing I've learned about the Yearlies is we learned who Graham's type is.
Probably either Captain Marvel or Storm.
Okay, that's pretty fair.
But Storm was a DLC, so it depends.
Yeah, I'm not gonna woo a DLC.
Okay.
The game is like super fun. There's like so much. There's like it has a lot of like content in it without adding anything padded. You can unlock all these like unique costumes for all the characters. Oh, Stephen Strange. We didn't mention Stephen Strange.
Oh yeah.
I love that guy.
His doctor.
He's very weird.
I can't believe you just outed his secret identity to everybody.
Oh, and you forgot to mention that Morbius is available as DLC.
Oh yes,
Holy fuck, really?
Yes.
No.
A Morbus.
And
Who's he voiced by?
not Jared Leto, thankfully.
That's an
No,
excellent
but
question.
all of the characters are like pretty much played by the people who have played them before in the past. Like you have again Steve Bloom, Wolverine. You have Yuri Lowenthal, Spider-Man. You have Josh Keaton, Iron Man. Laura Bailey is Magic. Nico Minoru is played by the same person who played her in the Runaways TV show, which was super good, underrated.
Very underrated, yeah.
What's going on? Morbius is voiced by Jake Green.
All right.
Yeah. Deadpool is Nolan North, obviously, and is one of like my favorite of his performances because like there's a little bit more to him than just hey, I'm a wacky guy with guns. And he like plays with the tropes of he's like of him being like a DLC character and how he fits into everything. It's super good. Like Eddie,
I found Deadpool one of the most difficult characters to do like voice and performances for because it's like it feels like Deadpool's beyond being performed
Nolan
as,
North's
you
been
know.
doing it for years though.
yeah.
So if anyone, I think him and Ryan Reynolds kind of have it like down pat.
They don't sound any similar to each other, but they do both do it correctly.
Yeah, personally, my thing with Deadpool is that it's a writing problem. Is that it's very easy to make him cringe.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's very
yeah.
easy to
Oh, yeah.
like because Deadpool's the kind of person who's sort of smarter and more aware than the people that write him in a weird way.
I had fun with him in the Deadpool video game. That game kind of like gets middling reviews, but it was a lot more impressive to me than people let on.
Yeah, but no, like Deadpool isn't like as so like low random like haha chimichanga. Like that he can be in like some other. He doesn't feel like the cosplayer Deadpool at a convention, which is
Thank God for that.
Chimichangas, dude.
Yeah, no, he never takes off his mask, so he'll just be like walking around in like sweatpants and a sweatshirt with the mask, or he'll be in the pool with wearing the mask.
That's nice. I like that.
Because the writers didn't want to, the animators didn't want to animate another face through the game, as he says. There's also like a lot of very interesting like dynamics between like all like the team members. Like this will be my last point, but like Blade will like start a book club because he wants to get with Captain Marvel, and then have Captain America and Wolverine show up. Wolverine like recommends like fucking comic book while everyone else is like, yes, we're gonna read Sun Tzu's Art of War.
Okay, that's really funny. It does kind of scream that Marvel persona.
Yeah, like you have like this whole like area you can like go around, travel around, like solve like little puzzles, find tarot cards that like have to do with like all the characters, find equipment for your OC Don't Steal character. Like this was a very big game that I think didn't get a lot of the recognition.
original the character. Do not.
I really hope people will be at least a little bit interested in playing.
Yeah. So, I have two things I need to mention. Number one, whoever wrote it on the bracket, he spelled it wrong. It's SUNS, sons, like as in the sun.
These sons were born at midnight.
I was still thinking about Emperor of the Fading Suns.
No,
it's fine.
Hold on, it might be my fault. I might have put Suns.
You might have, but to be fair, the game is called Midnight Suns, SUNS. The Marvel Comics team it's based on is Midnight Suns, SONS.
Yeah.
I think we're right then.
Yeah.
The game got it wrong.
Yeah.
I remember. The game was like fucking Graham, man.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to mention is that, what's it again? The reason I asked Graham when he played this was because one of the things about this game is that when it released, everyone, no one bought it, and everyone said this game looks stupid. And then in 2024, people were like, "Hey man, why didn't no one play Midnight Suns?"
Yeah.
Pretty good.
From what I've heard of like the history, it's not the game itself sold decently, but it's like there was supposed to be more DLC seasons because there was like missions and like other thing, but the DLC flopped so hard that they were like, So I am cautiously optimistic we might see a sequel, maybe, but I wouldn't hold my breath.
Yeah. Time for Citizen Sleep. Schnock me. Schnock me. This game will not put you to sleep though, because this game's pretty good. Melatonin will put you to sleep though. But,
I was gonna say Melatonin.
We do have 2 sleepy games on here. This is crazy.
We have 2 card-based games on here too.
We have like 5 Souls-like games.
Yeah, exactly. Citizen Sleeper is a cyberpunk role-playing game developed by solo game dev Gareth, Damian, Martin, all by their lonesome. And this is a game where essentially, I guess the best way I could describe it is this is a visual novel where you roll dice. So to clarify on something like that, you start off the game, you play as a sleeper, which is a human soul implanted into a robot body, and you just escaped being a slave to some sort of faraway space colony, and you landed on a completely different satellite called Erlin's Eye, which is basically this whole space civilization on this giant-ass halo ring. And basically, essentially what you do is, now that you're on this ring, your goal is to survive. Digimon survive. The developer themselves describes this as an intimate game that shows people coming together, and it inserts the developer's own experiences as a non-binary person who worked in gigs in the city without enough money to pay rent, and uses terms like periphery of capitalism. Essentially what this means is that you are experiencing this story in the shithole of space civilizations. When I say survive, your goal is to get by, and everyone else who you end up meeting in this game is either poor and destitute, a criminal, or is working for the system and is such as hopelessly corrupt. So what you do in this game is you wake up as a sleeper. Every single day that you wake up, you get a set of, I believe, around 5 dice that roll at the beginning of the day. And those are your dice for the day. You have to make the dice that you rolled work for that day. Then the Erlin's Eye is yours to conquer. You can spend your dice to go around and do basic things that you need, like food and improving your condition, because as a sleeper, you're a robot. Not only do you need to eat, but you also need to make sure that you don't lose your mind with the condition tab. So it's 2 meters you have to keep up with. But you can also talk to a wide variety of characters who, as I described, are all going through their own little nightmares. There are characters who are trying to cause revolutions, hacking into the systems that run Erlin's Eye, which involves you going into like this area of like cyberspace inside of the main hub, and you fight a dog with tentacles. Fight is a strong word. You work under the Black Market Medical Institute, and like basically bring in illegal drugs to formulate health formulas that are specifically going to help you raise your condition. You Examples. Helping people escape the colony. You also have this like little guy who's running a fast food joint. You just make real world recipes with him using strange mushrooms. Yeah, so this game, as I said, it's a visual novel where you roll dice. And essentially, in order to achieve tasks in this game, you have to use the dice that you have to successfully complete tasks. Things like unload this ship or talk to this character in the correct way. And when you put the dice... or something like that. And when you put in the dice to try to go for any of these goals, you are essentially gambling. There is no dice roll that will 100% always guarantee that you complete a task. Higher dice rolls make it so that it increases your odds of success in a task. If you want to lift that fucking cardboard box, you can give it a 3 and you have a 50-50 chance of not breaking your spine. Or with higher rolls, you can raise those odds, or you can go in with a 1 and cross your fingers. And if you do things successfully, that's where the visual novel part comes in. And characters have a lot to say, and you get to listen to a lot of stories. On top of that, while you're talking to the characters, you have some of the most impressive 2D art that I have seen from any game this year. Drawn by this guy, whose name I'm going to butcher so badly. Oh no, I'm just going to post this in the Discord chat. Fuck this. I'm not going to look like a fucking idiot. Made by this guy. Made by this guy who probably does art for graphic novels and does an amazing... Every single character so deeply embodies the idea of cyberpunk in this game with so many mechanical arms and legs and features. It's so distinct. It's such a wonderful art style, incredibly sharp and crisp. I didn't even get to go into the abilities yet because that's the role-playing aspect of this game, is that your character comes with a set of abilities that can give you proficiency bonuses in some of your roles, so you can, increase your intuition to be able to socialize better with certain people, or increase your endurance to be able to perform hard labor a little bit better. And yeah, essentially you just spend the time experiencing Erland's Eye and existing in the space colony, helping people with their problems and eventually finding your own way out. And it has so many individual heartwarming moments because of its character arcs, and I really came to appreciate how well this game kind of does its character writing. I originally described it as a simpler space version of Disco Elysium, but I think it's kind of its own thing. It's way more visual novel-y-esque. And, I really like this one. Also, a sequel came out, I believe, this year, and people like that one even more, apparently.
Oh,
it's crazy.
All right. Cool. We start with Clanky.
I'm going to give it to Citizen Sleeper.
Yeah.
My man honk shoeing.
Citizen Sleeper.
Christian.
Schnonk me. I'm voting for Citizen Sleeper.
Taylor.
Graham, you son of a bitch. I think I'm voting for Marvel Midnight Suns, and I wasn't supposed to. I was never supposed... I looked at it and I'm like, there's no way I'm going to care. I'm done with Marvel. You son of a bitch, Graham.
Admittedly, Citizen Sleeper is a space game.
Yeah, there's that too. I always had that in the back of my mind.
Of course.
But I think also Citizen Sleeper saves every time you roll, so you can't save scum, which I'm sure is a great feature to some. If I can't cheat, then what's the point?
You know what? I don't want you voting for my game anyway.
Mick, vote.
I'm voting for Marvel's Midnight Suns.
That's tied up for Graham.
Voting for DC's Midnight Suns.
Oh, okay. So even less
people.
So
it's 2-2-1.
Wait, 2-2-1? No, it's a joke.
Oh, no. All right. So
any plus votes out there?
Similarly to how Graham feels about Digimon Survive. Hope this gains some of your interest in something like Citizen Sleeper.
Yeah.
I do. I keep looking at Citizen Sleeper and I'm like, should I play this? And I keep finding a reason not to. I really thought I was going to vote for it. I really did.
You can beat it in a day. It's really sweet. It's nice. And it's a good read, but I understand.
Okay. So,
never say never.
Finally, round 8
just said it twice.
I know.
Round 8 is the kind of mismatch that this Yearlies was made for, because we have Elden Ring, which Clanky, Christian, and Mick all put up versus Splatoon 3. Clanky's compromise for Elden Ring.
Here's what I think we should do. We should describe Splatoon 3 as though it was a FromSoft game, and describe Elden Ring as though it was a territorial-based multiplayer game.
If only, right? Well, shall I? Do you guys mind if I start with Splatoon 3? I'll get it.
Go ahead.
All right.
We'll get this over with. Because I know what's going to happen here. Listen, this couldn't have been a worse matchup, right?
Don't do this. Don't
Rip the
count
Band-Aid
your
off.
chickens until they hatch.
No, because you'll see. You'll understand. So, Splatoon 3. This is a multiplayer shooter game where the goal is to get the most ink laid out on the ground compared to your enemy.
We talked about Splatoon 1.
Yeah, so the multiplayer in this game is largely, I don't want to say largely unchanged from the first Splatoon game. They do change like how the specials work, because in the Wii U game, the specials were really focused on the gamepad because they were really trying to push the Fisher-Price toy. But then
Not on the Wii U.
When they eventually brought it over to the Switch, obviously you couldn't like tap the map on the screen on the remote because that didn't exist. So they made them more ergonomic for like, a regular ass controller. And yeah, but besides that, like the multiplayer hasn't changed too much. They did introduce though the best multiplayer mode that I think I've ever seen in one of these games before, and it's because it's essentially a zombies game, not
Like a
too
Halo
similar-
Zombies?
Not too similar to like a Nazi Zombies, yeah.
They call it a horde mode, right?
Yeah, so it's this salmonid mode. It was technically introduced in Splatoon 2, but they did this really fun thing in Splatoon 2 where they was like, you can play this game from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. on Thursday, but no other times this week.
It was like having a technician come to your house.
Yeah, this time, like, they have some sense.
so much.
Yeah.
You're the worst company. Why are people buying their games?
They're not the worst company. You're being a bit overdramatic. But to be fair, like, in
Monsanto.
To be fair, in Splatoon 3, they fucking finally did the thing where they just let people play the fucking game mode. Wow, what a surprise. So, like, that in and of itself, I think, makes Splatoon 3 really fun. Having this really, really solid game mode where these, like, ugly, disgusting fish creatures run around trying to get their eggs back to their homes, but you need the eggs for money. So, this, like, bear thing named Grizz, he talks to you on the radio. He's like, I need you to get these eggs for me. And you're like, okay, I'll get these eggs for you.
Get eggs for Bart.
Are we all thinking the Grizzler?
Sticking out your tongue for the Grizzler.
No, I know what I've wrought. All right. Anyway, that's not even the main thing I want to talk about. The main thing I want to talk about here is the single player game, the single player mode. The single player mode in Splatoon 1 was pretty okay. In Splatoon 2, in my opinion, it was worse than Splatoon 1. But they did this thing in Splatoon 2 called the Octo expansion, which was this DLC that kind of, I don't want to say reinvented how the Splatoon story mode works, but it made it make a lot more sense. Essentially, you're given this world map where you choose which weapons you want to use for certain levels, and if you clear enough of them, you're basically not stuck using weapons you hate, which I think is fun. And the reason I'm bringing this up in Splatoon 2 is because the Splatoon 3 basic game mode basically just takes the best parts of the DLC from Splatoon 2 and turns it into, the main story mode of Splatoon 3. The idea of, first of all, do you guys care if I spoil the Splatoon story?
Yes.
You do?
I do.
All right, okay. So
Hang
I won't
on. What are you spoiling? Splatoon or Splatoon?
Splatoon.
Okay.
Yes, I care.
Yeah. Okay. I will not spoil. The Splatoon story, but I will say that they do some really fun things with the how do you say it? The exploration, as far as like needing enough things to get to certain levels, and the very last sequence is very, very fun. If not a little weird, but very, very fun. And I won't get too much into it there, but there's also DLC that was introduced in Splatoon 3 that I think is pretty rad, because they essentially made it like a roguelike, where you have to choose like a loadout and you basically just have to survive to the best of your ability. It's pretty fun. So yeah.
Isn't there also a great card game?
There is a card game where
very weird.
Is it great? I mean, like it's cute. I'll give you that, but like it's not. I think the thing is that like when a lot of people saw this, they're like, "Oh, dude, they added a new game mode that's going to be just as cool as the other." No, it's just like a fun little fluous thing you can do.
Maybe others didn't think that, but for me, when a video games where a card game that's in the game but is not the main component of the game is added, I get so much value out of those things.
That's fair. That's fair. And like,
like when I played Yakuza 0, I probably got a lot more value out of the blackjack than the whole game.
I don't necessarily mean based off of pre-existing card games, but I see what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
May
so, like,
I
the card
step
game
in? Oh, sorry.
Really quick, I was just gonna say, like, the card game is essentially you have these like shapes that fill up a square grid of varying sizes, and you have to try to have the most territory, quote unquote. Kind of like you're basically playing a card game version of like the regular Splatoon Turf War, which is cute. But I'd rather play the regular. I'd rather just play the regular Turf War.
No, but like, don't you get to like collect cards based off the characters and stuff?
I mean, yeah, but I guess, but I don't.
I don't care. A lot of time on this card game.
I don't care if the card game isn't fun. You know what I mean? If it's not super engaging. Anyway, Christian,
I think you're very fun.
If it's not fun, why bother?
Yeah.
I'll step in as someone.
Shut up, Masahiro Sakura.
I feel just like a purple Pikmin. I'm
just gonna misquote you.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I played the Splatoon 3 single player. I played a lot of Splatoon 3 actually. I put 50 hours into this game. And I had quite a bit of fun with the multiplayer. The single player of this game, I did not have a very good time with it. And I think it's mostly because of the way that the levels are designed. Because I love the concepts and probably a lot of how the Octo expansion came together. I didn't get the chance to play it, but Splatoon 3's levels are either like 5-minute long gauntlets where if you miss one shot, you fall off a cliff and are sent back to the beginning of the level, or they're like forcing you to use some special abilities that control very dubiously. I'm looking directly at the grappling hook.
I'll give you that. Like if you don't like a certain weapon or special, then like certain levels can be a bit of a slog. But you don't have to do every level, I'm pretty sure.
Exactly. I skipped the entire last world because I was like, I don't like these levels.
What is this, Sonic Frontiers?
I'm gonna skip the entire last world and go straight to the end.
Exactly what you can do in Sonic Frontiers, and that's exactly what you, Christian, did in Sonic Frontiers.
It is. I guess, I don't know. This year had a trend. I don't know what to say. But the thing is, Sonic Frontiers, I actually had a lot of fun with those levels.
So much that you skipped them.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. Splatoon 3 single player just sadly did not do it for me. I had more frustration than anything else, I suppose. I love the hub worlds, though.
It's one of those things where it's like, at least you have the multiplayer because the multiplayer is pretty solid. It's just a shame that, like we said before, fucking Splatoon's biggest enemy is Nintendo. Anyway.
I've never seen a franchise more reviled by its creators.
I have.
Question. If we don't pitch Elden Ring, will it still win?
Yeah, of course it will.
Probably.
Yeah, probably. Probably.
So are we ready to vote then?
No.
We could probably say nothing but bad things about Elden Ring and it would probably still...
Here's a bad thing. It ends.
It's Elden Ring?
I mean,
Elden Ring.
Pitch. It's Elden Ring.
Yeah. I can do the... I'll do the pitch. I can get through the pitch quite quickly.
There are things I do want to say too, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So, Elden Ring, right? Elden Ring is the first open world Souls-like.
First ring-based.
Yeah, it's the first Elden. It's the first Eld type game. The game is... So, here's an interesting thing about it. So, Dark Souls 2, right?
No.
In many ways, Elden Ring is more like Dark Souls 2 than anything else. Not because of the pranks. This game actually doesn't have that many pranks in it. But just a lot of the ideas that were nascent in Dark Souls 2 have finally got to flourish in Elden Ring. In Dark Souls 2, they wanted to make a big open world game. They didn't actually get to do that. And the storyline weirdly similar to Dark Souls 2. What with the trying to become king and everything.
Elden King, sorry.
Yeah, the Elden King, the Elden Lord. But yeah, this is the problem. It's almost impossible. I don't know how to even approach talking about Elden Ring, because it's I mean, it's fucking Elden Ring. The game is massive. It's a Souls-like. It's got so much stuff in it. Like, there's so much. Like, considering the amount of this game's $60, right?
Yeah, or it might have been 70 if they were starting to do that around
The point being is that there are games with not even with less than 1% of the content that Elden Ring has being sold for the same amount of money.
And then they doubled it with the DLC.
Exactly.
Yep.
If I could just talk about like one thing.
Yeah.
The Radon Festival!
Oh, I wish I made it that
celebration of war! Where you just, the game turns into like a MMO raid against like a dude you're trying to like put out of his misery because he's on a hospice, and while he's in hospice, he's holding back the fucking stars.
Yeah. And you
this
have
is
to,
like the one
him.
thing I know about Elden Ring.
And you fight him with like all of these NPCs that you met over the course of your, like Blythe Hamilton, who is the dude, and then Alexander Iron Fist, the living jar.
Yes.
Patches. And who, when you summon him and be like, help me with the fight, he says, okay, and then de-summons himself immediately.
I thought Patch's whole thing was he always pushes you off a cliff.
Oh, he does that too.
You can summon him for fighting Star Scourge Radon.
Yeah, and he says, oh, well, bye.
Hilarious.
My biggest claim to fame will always be that Radon was so broken at launch they had to nerf him, and I beat him pre-nerf.
That's based.
I also beat Melania in 30 minutes.
My bragging rights to this game is I know it's not crazy because I don't think she's a very hard boss, but I beat Renala on my second try.
Dude, so did I actually. Holy
on my
shit.
first try.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't think it's crazy.
Renala was hard.
I felt very proud.
If I'm remembering who Renala is, the moon.
Yeah.
It was hard for me because I was running a magic build.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
Yes. So that I had to. So that was a bit of a struggle for me, but you know, that's like a personal build thing. She wasn't. If I wasn't running a magic build, it would have been a much easier fight.
If I could weigh in, sorry, yes.
Sorry, sorry. One other thing is this game fills me with that, like chest beating, like triumph, like I am like the caveman who just like discovered fire and like destroyed my enemy with it, like that, like raw primal, like I think it's like that moment in like shonen like anime when like they unlock that like hidden part of themselves to like beat the boss. That's how I felt with almost every boss in this game.
Yeah.
If I could weigh in with a somewhat unique perspective, I have only played about 20 hours of this game, which is the Elden Ring is the type of game where you have to put only before the 20 hours.
Yeah.
And I did really enjoy my time with Elden Ring, and I plan to go back to it at some point. I will say the open world can be very daunting because in a Souls-like game, if I'm gonna bang my head against a wall against a boss for 8 million attempts, I like to know that I'm in the right spot before I start banging my head against the wall. Also, I find it very easy to get lost in this game because you have to find very particular spots on the map to actually have a map. And I had to look up on the wiki to find a couple of those individual spots. And I think
I will say this game probably has one of the worst maps.
Oh, it's pretty bad. And then I ended up like stopping playing the game because I encountered like my 20th dead end or boss that was clearly too high level for me, and I was like, I'm gonna put this down and I'm gonna come back to it later. And I do plan to go back to it later. God, I loved fighting Godric and then watching getting stuck on him and then watching other people fight him.
Yeah,
he does a witness.
Our fathers won it all. Bear witness.
It's a great fight, and I felt so cool watching people online like Northern Lion do the fight, and then I would like pick up on some of the strategies. I was like watch the boss's animations while I was watching them play it, and then I would go into the game and I'd be like, oh, Godric's about to do this animation. I know how to get out of the way now. And then yeah, it is that definitely what Graham said, that Neanderthal it's chest beating reflex where you feel nothing but want to just let out a primal scream upon killing someone. But that's admittedly applies to Bloodborne too for me.
There are fights in this game that I want to commission artwork of.
Oh yeah.
Last thing I'll say, this also probably had. I'm really burnt out from open world games, but Elden Ring somehow makes the actual exploration fun again. Like I will find level, like I'll think I've cleared a level, and then I'll discover something new in it while I'm just going back through it. That's something impressive.
Yeah.
That it's not just I don't just have to look for the Ubisoft tower, and everything will just solve itself for me. I will stumble upon things that I didn't even realize were there.
I will say.
Anyway.
This is a bad stretch of years to be burned out on open world titles.
I know, right?
Oh, wow.
Because next year, oh boy.
Anyway, I think we're ready to vote.
I think we really should. Starting with Clanky.
I mean, like, it's one of those situations where it's like I feel bad for Splatoon 3 because like Elden Ring is the clear, like, in my opinion, the clear winner of this whole bracket. So I'm giving it to Elden Ring because I really do love that game.
Yeah. Question.
There is more room in my heart for Elden Ring than it is currently occupying. But I am excited to open that door again sometime because the 20 hours that I did play were really fun. Even though I think I will forever be a Bloodborne stan, I'm going to vote for Elden Ring.
Oh, don't worry. Miyazaki is as well.
There we go.
He made the game and he still prefers Bloodborne.
Yeah. Taylor.
Here's the deal. Elden Ring, from just looking at it, was the FromSoft game that said to me, all right, you know what? This looks interesting enough that maybe I should play a Souls game sooner than later. So Dark Souls is on my backlog now, probably because of Elden Ring. At the same time, what you guys are saying about the open world burnout, it's this idea of taking games that work as linear games and turning them all into open worlds that Elden Ring just continuously perpetuated. Breath of the Wild helped with that, sure, but I just remember after Elden Ring there were like 50 others, and maybe this one's good, but like it's such a long ways. It is. Look, dude. Look, you guys are all gonna vote for it. So what does it matter what I say, right? This is another too easy of a bracket for everybody else. But for me, I got to root for the underdog and give it to the one with the card game.
Don't you like Hwhite, Taylor?
It's a magical place.
Pretty mid on Hwhite, actually.
Hwhite 3-2.
All right.
Actually, Hwhite 4-1, I think.
Elden Ring.
Coward.
Searchers for the Elden Ring.
Dude, I love when the Squid Sisters say that.
Ring.
I thought this was a lost Sonic game.
Market fell.
On
You don't know that not to be true.
No.
There are rings.
Oh, tarnished. Playing as a lord.
Case of the Golden Idol versus Pokemon Legends Arceus. Starting now with Christian.
Wait, what am I saying? I because now that Pokemon Legends Arceus is going up against not going up against Kirby, I can say that I actually really like Pokemon Legends Arceus. I think it's a very fantastic game. I am a big fan. I'm gonna vote for it.
All right, Taylor.
I honestly don't know. Come back to me.
Mick.
Case of the Golden Idol. Please.
Grant.
I don't give much XP.
The Case of the Golden Idol.
Arceus.
Tied up for you, Taylor.
Yo,
No
me
slurs. Don't say swears.
All right, Mick and Clanky,
Don't say
you each get to make one singular point in favor of me voting
One
for what you
singular
want.
sensation every little step he takes.
We're so close to getting a modernized, like, really good Pokemon. The only step that needs to be taken is a game that looks pleasing to look at with your eyes. That's my final take.
Case the Golden Idol is the greatest detective game that I've ever played, and it has no flaws.
Is the mystery like okay? You talk about deduce,
Yeah.
being a good detective, but like the revelations, the story, the twist. How's all that?
There definitely will be moments where you'll finally hit upon a clue and be like, "Oh, wait,
Yeah.
this is this, not
Like,
this."
let me put it into perspective for you, Mick. I played Sherlock Holmes: Crimes and Punishment a couple of days ago, which is a pretty liked mystery game, and I have felt like I have seen so much of what mystery games can do lately that they are just so unsurprising anymore outside of my absolute favorites that like my standards are pretty high.
Yeah.
So I ask you again, am I going to be wowed by this?
I think you are. I was wowed by it.
Oh God. I really like mystery games. Vote for the Case of a Golden Idol.
Oh, okay.
You hate to see it.
If I had played Legends Arceus, it might be a different story, but like my apathy towards Pokemon these days is still really real, even though they're both on my backlog. I'm gonna play both of them, and then when I pick the wrong one, I'll yell at myself on YouTube, and it'll be great. And then Clanky and Christian can yell at me, and they can uninvite me to their birthday party,
You're so right for that.
which is Pokemon themed.
Imagine having a
Alright.
themed birthday party at 28.
I mean, most of mine are themed. I survived another year.
Now when I turn 28, I have to do that. I'm gonna have to remember
Yeah.
this.
Taylor,
the theme is
blow,
continuing to live.
Taylor, blow out your R candles.
Arse candles.
Alright.
Our scandal.
R sandals.
Pokemon. No. Power. It's not a Pokemon game. Powerwash.
Pokemon Wash Simulator.
No, Jordan, earlier when you said Pokemon, I'm like, didn't he mean Power Wash?
No wonder it's losing. Powerwash Simulator versus DNF Duel, starting with Christian.
I am not as big of a fan of Arc System Works fighting games as people who play Arc System Works fighting games. I will be voting for Powerwash Simulator.
Taylor.
Yeah, I'm not a fighting game guy, and even if I was, I don't think this is going to be the one. I'm going to vote for Power Wash.
Okay. Nick.
DNF Duel. I'm not a fighting game guy either. This was the one for me, but that was, look, I was expecting this one to win. All right, I knew this was gonna happen.
Gosh.
Yeah. Graham.
I'm gonna vote for Power Wash Simulator.
And Clanky.
Power Wash Simulator.
All right. There you go.
Wow, what a wash.
Maybe we should just create 4-1 music.
I think 4-1 means it's just ba-da-da-bum-bum.
It just becomes Megalovania, huh?
But using the horns from Hawaii Five-0.
I'll be honest. I played Undertale once.
Did you say you played Overtale?
Yeah, listen. This happened the other day where I referred to the game with Tracer on the box art as Underwatch.
Underwatch and Overtale, baby.
Absolutely. All right.
Collaboration of the century.
Signalis versus Digimon Survive, starting with Christian.
I am coming the fuck back for Signalis. This game sounds so fucking cool.
Taylor.
It's really funny because I'm going to vote for Digimon Survive, and that's not what Graham wants right now.
It's fine.
Mick.
What a Graham wants.
What a Graham needs.
Now that's what I call Graham's like volume whatever.
Graham music.
Mick.
Signalis.
Graham.
Signal is?
And Clanky.
Signalis.
Okay, 4, 2, 1.
Well, you know what this means, guys.
Goodbye, Digimon Survive.
Digimon dies.
It died just like the kids.
The game got eaten by its own
This episode doesn't get
Digimon.
age restricted.
But Graham, without kids, who's going to save Christmas?
Us.
It's up to us.
Bum, bum, bum.
Citizen Sleep.
Was the Among Us theme?
Citizen Sleeper.
My
versus
favorite
Splatoon
Christmas
3.
song, the Among Us strip song.
Citizen Sleeper versus Splatoon 3, starting with Christian.
Citizens. No. I'm voting for Citizen Sleeper. And any inane ramblings that occurred before I made that vote were pure speculation. None of
That
you
is
heard
on the
anything.
record. Let that be known to the court stenographer. That is on the record.
Yeah, that's staying in. Taylor.
I'll talk with my attorney later.
Citizen Sleeper, loser's weeper. I'm sorry.
Wait, are you voting for it?
No.
Damn it!
No. Oh, no. Oh, God. See,
I was about to be like, holy shit, my
This
pitch
is the
works!
thing. I keep forgetting how the Jordan algorithm works. If I say the name in any capacity but don't explain my reasoning, then the vote is locked in.
Yeah.
I have to keep going. It's Splatoon 3.
All
I was
right.
about to be like, I got Taylor to vote for a space game.
I have to learn. Falling through a ventilation shaft here.
Splatoon 3.
No!
Can I ask
Great.
why?
No.
Citizen Peeper?
For
The
Clanky.
game gets worse and worse the longer we go on here.
No, yes, Splatoon, yes.
I fucking hate spleen!
I'm gonna rip mine out right now.
Sonic Frontiers versus Kirby and the Forgotten Land, starting now with Taylor.
Fuck you, Sonic. I'm voting for Kirby.
Mick.
I'm not gonna let you hurt me again.
Sonic Frontiers.
Graham. Well,
Kirby and the what's the rest of the title?
Forgotten Land.
He's trying to.
He forgot.
Kirby Legends Arceus.
Kirby and the
I
Shadow of the
thought
Colossus.
for sure he was gonna go Forgotten Land.
Kirby and the
Oh.
Ragnarok, which is not an unfitting name for this game.
Yeah. Clanky.
I love when you fucking swallow the Leviathan axe and get to be Kratos.
Kirby.
And Christian.
I talk so feverishly about the bosses in Sonic Frontiers, yet less than halfway through Kirby and the Forgotten Land, you fight a boss that's better than every single boss in Sonic Frontiers. I'm voting for Kirby and the Forgotten fucking motherfucking land, baby.
All right.
Grrr!
God of War Ragnarok versus Neon White, starting with Taylor.
Come back to me.
Mick.
God of War Ragnarok.
Graham.
Neon Hwhite.
He's why.
God of War Ragnarok.
Christian.
Neon White.
It is
Okay.
so astonishing how often this is capable of happening. It's like statistically, this should not happen as often as it does. It's not saying that it shouldn't happen often, but it should not happen this often.
2022 had a lot of bangers.
It kind of did. This bracket's kind of loaded.
Yeah.
Yeah, I even purposely made my to play games list smaller so that I'd be able to finish them on time.
Here's what's driving me crazy. I have God of War 2018 ranked higher than Neon White. So if I vote for Neon White, it's me admitting that God of War 2018 is better than Ragnarok. And I don't know, am I like prepared to admit that? But at the same time, voting for Neon White feels like the correct answer. But that Valhalla DLC is so good. But I feel like that's so separate. Yeah. Fuck you, God of War Neon White.
Okay. Melatonin versus Tunic, starting with Taylor.
Melatonin.
I really want to play Melatonin. It's so interesting to me. 2022. You'd think I'd have to play so many games. I've only played 5 of the games, but like half of the rest are on my backlog. And Melatonin was going to be like next, but I don't necessarily feel like the price necessarily matches up with the value. Doesn't mean that I'm not going to love it and think it's great, but Tunic is a really special game.
Yeah. Mick.
Tunic is like an example of like a very unique thing that only it could do.
I'm voting for Tunic because if there's one thing I love, it's Souls-likes and incomprehensible directions that I have to figure out on my own.
Graham.
Tunic.
Clanky.
I really do want to play Tunic, but I love Melatonin, and I know I do.
And Christian.
Is that 3-1?
Yes.
I had things to say about Melatonin. I guess I'll save it for losers. Melatonin.
Marvel's Midnight Suns versus Elden Ring, starting with Taylor.
Marvel Midnight Suns.
Mick.
Elden Ring.
Graham.
You say it so vehemently.
I'm walking here.
Marvel's Midnight Sun is like the only one of my places of eyes that was trying to run. So in my mind, it's like one of those like, I'm in and out of the first room, I'm safe, and then like slowly rising upon Elden Ring. Elden Ring
doesn't have to be that way though, Graham.
No, he's voting Elden Ring.
It has to be this way.
Yeah. Clanky.
Elden Ring.
And Christian.
Elden Ring.
Man,
Was that a bum?
No, it's not.
No, it wasn't.
Wait, who voted? Graham, did you vote for Midnight Sun?
I voted for Midnight Suns.
Oh, okay. I just completely tuned you out. Whoops, David.
Oof. Wow. All right.
God, I am getting roasted tonight.
Sonic Frontiers versus Splatoon 3. Starting now with Mick.
Thus we fall back to our old philosophy. Let's go.
Graham.
Splatoon 3.
Clanky.
Splatoon.
Christian.
As long as me, Taylor, and Mick can stick together, we can push this one a little further.
Stop explaining the rules of Sonic votes to me.
However, next rounds can be real. The upcoming rounds can be really tragic if it goes the way that I'm projecting. Nonetheless, I don't care about anything happening more than 10 seconds from now. So Sonic Frontiers, baby, let's go.
And Taylor.
I should let it die just so I don't get hurt later, but I don't believe in that vote. So I'm voting for Sonic Frontiers. You bastard.
All right. God of War Ragnarok versus Signalis. Starting with Mick.
God of War Ragnarok.
Graham.
Signalis.
Clanky.
Ragnarok.
Oh, shit.
Christian.
Well, I guess I'm not going to be sticking up for it much longer. Sorry, I was like, fuck. If I had played Signalis, I might have tried to carry it to the end of the bracket. I'll play it soon, Graham. It looks really cool. Signalis.
Yeah. And
I just want to. I know what I'm voting for, but I am going to ask Graham, how horror is Signalis?
I never jumped once.
Which is it more? Is it more horror or more space?
Again, not really that much space. There are definitely you definitely feel unsettled. You'll feel unsure. But again, some things there are actually things that you might find funny because there are little bits of humor put in.
And is the story vague or is it clear cut? This is just my own personal log.
It's you'll understand.
I'm choosing to interpret this as vague.
No, I think that's one of its best strengths.
It's still God of War. I mean, I still think Ragnarok is a fantastic game.
Yeah. All right. Melatonin versus Powerwash Simulator, starting with Mick.
Ironically, I always watch Powerwash Simulator while on Melatonin.
Powerwash Simulator.
All right. Graham.
Powerwash Simulator.
Clanky.
Melatonin.
Christian.
So I'm putting a lot of faith into Melatonin, not only because Clanky, you said it's your favorite game that came out this year on the same.
Let me say one thing. I think I still stand by the fact that I think Elden Ring deserves to win this year, but it is probably my favorite. Melatonin is probably my favorite.
You said it's your favorite game that came out this year, and you are the same person who introduced me to Rhythm Heaven in general. So if there was anyone who was going to say Melatonin was that good, I'd want to hear it from you first. So I put a lot of faith into Melatonin, and I hope that by continuing to vote for it, we're going to see where it goes.
I don't think it's going to get much farther than if it wins this round than the next round, you know?
Yeah, but you know.
It is a good
We're kind of fighting for second place, aren't
we? Yeah.
Taylor's one.
Clanky, I'm sorry if I hurt you with my Rhythm Heaven DS yelling. I'm voting for Melatonin.
And Jordan's wild card pick dies.
Well, I didn't really care about it, and it lost to a game Clanky really cares about, so that's great.
That's fair.
You wouldn't be saying that if it was Pokemon Legends Arceus. Just saying.
No, I wouldn't.
Oh, no, I was talking to Jordan.
Yeah, I wouldn't. All right.
Jordan would be upset if it was a Pokemon game.
Marvel's Midnight Suns versus Case of the Golden Idol, starting with Mick still.
Case of the Golden Idol.
Graham.
Marvel's Midnight Sun.
Why are they so scary?
Clanky.
I'll give it to Case of the Golden Idol.
Christian.
I'm gonna give it to Midnight Golden Suns, baby.
And tied up for Taylor.
Nick, that mystery better be really fucking good. Voting for the Case of the Golden Idol. And that should be saying something because I've had multiple opportunities to vote out of spite for what you did to Sonic Adventure.
Speaking of,
oh baby,
Sonic Frontiers versus God of War Ragnarok. Starting with Graham.
God of War Ragnarok.
Clanky.
God of War Ragnarok.
God of War Ragnarok. God of War Ragnarok.
Christian.
I'm here, reaching far across these new fucking frontiers, dude.
Taylor.
Christian, what are the rules of a Sonic win?
It depends on how much Mick likes God of War.
Yeah, unfortunately, I like God of War more.
Oof.
Oh, never mind. Okay, we are no longer reaching for these new frontiers.
It's okay, Christian. let's not give ourselves false hope. Sonic can't. We had our chance. Sonic Adventure was it. It was the only chance in the world to do everything correctly, and we failed.
Why must
Anarchy
I
won.
suffer for your misdeeds?
Oh, you're gonna love God of War Ragnarok.
I don't think I'll love it as much as Giganto. Okay.
I think you'll be pleasantly surprised when you never played.
It's 3-1 for Mick.
I'm voting for Sonic Frontiers.
I hate you so much. You're the worst person. Sonic could have won. I could have let Sonic win.
Yeah.
Good.
Right.
No, get Sonic out of here. It's fucking with my brain. Mick and Sonic, I don't trust that relationship anymore.
No.
I'm gonna go fuck the pain away. My bed isn't ruined, dude.
All right. Case of the Golden Idol versus Melatonin, starting with Graham.
The Golden Idol.
Clanky.
Melatonin.
Christian.
Melatonin.
My name's Melatonin.
I know. I'm gonna be the deciding vote again.
Who names their kid Melatonin?
If you want to come back to me, yeah, I'm voting for Case of Golden Idol.
See, we're reaching a point now where
It's been a deciding vote like every single time.
Yeah, I am the reason that Case of the Golden Idol keeps winning. I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, thank you so much for that.
Yeah, fuck you. You voted for fucking Smoke Escape over Sonic Adventure.
It's true. It was really funny, though. It was the funniest thing.
It wasn't funny.
The funniest thing.
You laughed, and no one else.
No, it's documented. It is the funniest thing.
They said it on the news.
They did.
See, this is where we're getting to the point where I may want to trust in the game that is basically another entry in a franchise I know I like, just called a different name and made by a different developer. I mean, they're both pretty short. I feel like Melatonin is going to be more replayable. In Case of the Golden Idol is going to be something that I play once, and even then, like, I'm taking a lot of risk on whether or not it's going to go my way, where I feel like Melatonin at this stage in time possesses less risk in terms of my enjoyment factor. And since I never played either, I have to basically kind of go at it that way. Melatonin is the less risky thing to vote for, so I'm going to vote for it.
That's fair. And also, you are 100% correct. There is no replay value to the Case of the Golden Idol.
Yeah. I mean, look, people say that about lots of games, and then I don't play them for 10 years and forget everything, and then I get some value out of it.
Fair enough.
All right. Kirby.
I've replayed Professor Layton games like 3 times each.
Awesome. Kirby and the Forgotten Land versus Neon White, starting with Graham.
Neon White.
He's white.
I think
He's white.
I think you did that one.
Well, I did it again because I think it's funny.
I followed the Sam Rice direction of give a little bit more.
Yeah, sure. I like that. Clanky.
My name's Jeff.
I haven't forgotten about Kirby.
Good. Christian.
Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
Taylor.
That was terrible. Oh, man.
It's not just about the Forgotten Land, Kirby. It's about
the Mets, baby. Love the Mets.
It's all about the Mets.
It's about the Mets, baby. Love the Mets. Come on, baby. Let's go get a home run. Repeat it, Vinny's.
Hey, Ma, they're doing the Mets bit again. Hey, Ma, they're doing the impression of me again.
We're so back.
Imagine it like zooms out of the TV twice.
Wait, is that supposed to be Kingpin himself?
No.
Yes.
I think what happens is every Yearlies we learn a little bit more about what our one viewer actually is like.
So the thing is, it's about the Mets, baby. Like, that's Kingpin. And then we realize that that's the same voice as...
Oh, right. Clanky wasn't here for Marvel.
Okay.
So Clanky and Marvel, all Christian did was go, it's about the Mets. All about the Mets, baby.
Yeah, I think it
wasn't even just me.
I was the one who started it, actually.
Yeah, but Christian's the one who never let it die.
Because it's very funny.
It's so good.
Yeah. Speaking of never letting things die, how's Christmas looking? I'm voting for Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
Christmas is fucking canceled.
I think
Cancel
yes, only true if we don't save it.
Yeah.
How could you say that when Kirby is winning? Kirby.
Okay. Is that a vote for Kirby? Yeah. All right.
I said Kirby. I don't know how that's not a vote for Kirby.
Isn't that a vote?
Yeah, we gaslit each other so much that I could say Kirby, and you'd be like, "Is that a vote for Kirby?"
Jordan, are you trying to rig the
how
battle?
untrustworthy Mick is, and not how bad of hearing Jordan has.
Oh my god.
Did I do it wrong?
You're wonderful, Jordan.
You're wonderful.
Jordan,
You just
can never
threw me
do
for a
any
loop.
wrong. Except for that one time in 1992. You know what you did.
Is that a vote for Kirby? Is that a vote for Kirby? Kirby.
No,
I'm not firing on all cylinders today, man.
Hwhite.
Tunic versus Elden
At least you
Ring.
have cylinders.
Yeah.
Better go catch it.
Graham's out here firing on squares.
What is he, the Sega Saturn?
Cubes. All right, Tunic versus Elden Ring, starting with Graham.
Cube.
Elden Ring.
Clanky.
Elden Ring.
Christian.
We're going Elden Ring.
Christian, I almost spit all over my new computer.
I was
I was
looking for
taking
something
a drink of
completely-
water. I was taking a drink of water as you posted cool ass fucking cube.
I was looking for something completely different, and then I saw this, and I was like, "This will work."
Taylor.
This will get the job done.
It almost killed me. Anyway,
Taylor.
Yeah, man, wearing a tunic. And I don't know how the tunic got on me because I have established, have been trapped in this ball for like 20 yearlies. Can
Isn't
someone
gonna
please
say
get me
Christmas.
out of this ball and then take the tunic off me? I vote for tunic.
this isn't saving Christmas.
No, I got the tunic for Christmas.
It is green.
Green. Yeah, Mick.
Elden Ring.
Okay, so that's a vote for Kirby.
All right, Christian, your calculations have led you to the exact path that you...
Like I said, Christmas is fucking canceled. Go home.
All right. Neat.
So you're not going to fight. You're not going to fight to save Christmas.
I am the Grinch. I've become the Grinch.
Become.
Christian, no, you're not allowed to cancel Christmas. You fucking rehearsed with me for this. You did a dress rehearsal
Hang
with
on a
me.
minute. Wait. This bit was rehearsed.
Elaborate on that.
No!
Taylor, don't you understand when the hopes are against us? The
When
odds
all
are
the
too
hope-
high.
Hope with you die.
The only hope we had is gone, Taylor.
Listen,
It is an
I know what he
insurmountable
said.
foe.
I know what he said. I know he said that Elden Ring deserves the bracket. And I know that the last time we went into a situation like this, I tried taking his parents hostage and it didn't really do much. But you have to believe.
Taylor, it's done. Let's just go to New Year's.
Listen, Christian,
Why are we having a domestic at the Yearlies?
I have your grandparents.
And now an intermission from the soap opera. We'll go on to the next round.
Jordan, put soap opera music here.
Yes.
It says like all my Yearlies in cursive.
And now it's turned to all my
As the year turned.
It turns out I am your
As the Yearlies turns.
twin
I'm up for
brother,
escape.
and I'm a ghost.
Damn you, Mick Dastardly.
Burst out of the cupboard with a rose in his mouth.
This is so
Going
good.
for ape escape.
This is so good.
I am going to say something. I am going to say something, and this is before we get to the final four. This top six is so fucking rad.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Neon White versus Melatonin. The voting order is shifted.
Could've
It is
been
now
Melatonin.
Clanky's turn.
I'm voting for Melatonin.
Christian.
As much as I like to make the Elvis reference again, I am putting a lot of faith into Melatonin.
When did you make the Elvis reference the first time?
He's
What?
white.
What?
Oh, that's an
He's white.
Elvis reference?
That's from the
white.
2022 or 3 movie Elvis.
I thought you were just doing a funny voice.
Yeah, starring Tom Hanks as not Elvis.
That's Tom Parker.
Wasn't that
Tom Parker.
wasn't that like Daniel Radcliffe?
No,
You're thinking of Weird, the Al
You think-
Yankovic story.
yeah, no, it's
You're right.
I was getting
Weird
the
Al
exact same
Yankovic
thing.
is not, in fact, Elvis.
no, it's what's his name? The guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
Butler.
yeah, that you know the guy.
Melatonin, Taylor.
Austin Butler from Wizards of Waverly Place.
This is me in the final rounds of the bracket, realizing that Kirby's gonna lose.
Oh, I just got to the VC and figured out what was happening.
All right, you can vote now, Taylor.
Anyways,
if you'd
what
like.
year is this? Oh, God, where are we?
Melatonin, neon
Did we
white.
say
Melatonin
Christmas?
versus Neon White.
It's Neon White.
Okay, white. Nick.
Melatonin.
I thought you were just like doing the Borat nice, but replacing nice with white.
White.
My
My
white,
white.
That's
my white doesn't roll off the tongue quite as well. I gotta say.
no, I didn't say my wife. I said nice.
Oh, okay.
Neon Wheat.
Fuck you.
Why?
White. Tunic versus God of War Ragnarok. Starting with Clanky.
This is actually pretty tough. I feel like I kept voting for God of War Ragnarok, but I think at the end of the day, I really do want to play Tunic more, so I'll give it to Tunic.
Okay. Christian.
Feels weird that I think this is gonna be the first time I vote for Tunic, but I'm giving it
Oh
the
my God.
run.
Oh my God. Taylor.
Ejaculate back to me.
Really? Okay.
Who gave you those words?
To be fair, ejaculate used to mean simply yell. And so if you ever read an old Sherlock Holmes novel, you'll occasionally hear about how Watson ejaculated out of a second story
I
window.
learned so many things by hanging out with Mick. It's so great. I really enjoy being friends with Mick.
Elementary, my dear Watson.
I
Does that
would
mean
never
Muhammad
learn that if I was friends with
ejaculated
anyone
out of
else.
I'm trying not to. I'm trying.
I
not to
believe it was
be-
Watson who ejaculated out of a second story window. Someone does anyway.
It's your vote.
He
Discombobulated.
goes elementary.
God of War.
Graham.
Tunic.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay.
I haven't finished God of War 1, and I'll probably play Tunic before God of War Ragnarok.
Yeah, this is the thing, right? I had God of War Ragnarok in my top 3, and then at the last minute I saw that Tunic was there, and I put Tunic up instead. I don't know if that means I like Tunic more than God of War Ragnarok. I just feel like Tunic is a much more special game. I want to give God of War Ragnarok the 3-2. If this was a tie, I might have voted for Tunic. I'm not sure. I'm still kind of reeling about the ejaculation thing.
Aren't we all?
Well, good. That tends to happen.
My wife.
Okay.
My wife.
This is our final 4. I like it. Okay. Melatonin versus Tunic. Starting with Clanky.
Melatonin. It was fun.
Christian.
I am putting I know it doesn't fucking matter because it's a race for third and second.
Christian, I don't
But I'm
understand
putting
you.
a lot of
I don't
faith.
understand you. You had a whole plan, and the moment your plan became reality, you gave
Taylor,
up.
I don't think you realize that the round that's in semifinals right now, no matter
You're
what
a
plan may have existed, is
You're a
predestined
Christian last name, a quitter.
to
You're all washed up,
just
Christian.
sign the papers. Sign the papers. And now
I'll
we go to
never
commercial.
sign.
Let's transition to commercial. I'm going to vote for Melatonin.
We now return to As the Yearly Turns.
But why?
Taylor, the two.
What's the score?
2-0, Melatonin.
It's Tunic.
It is. Mick.
I played Tunic. I love Tunic.
Tunic.
I do not want to ejaculate with shock, dude.
And it is tied up for Graham.
I'm voting for Nick 2.
Nicktoons Racing? Dude, let's bring Nicktoons Racing back. It's going to save the Yearlies and therefore save Christmas. It's WWE rules. Whoever's in the top 4 doesn't matter.
Kirby and the Forgotten Land versus Elden Ring. Starting.
Christian, are you going to fight at all? Are you going to even try to fight?
Here's the deal. The only way that Kirby and the Forgotten Land could have ever stood a chance is if something else took out Elden Ring before it got there. That was the only chance that Kirby could have possibly had. However, unfortunately, due to the placement of this bracket, Elden Ring was able to skate by with basically no competition whatsoever. Nothing stood a single chance. To be honest with you, I would love to froth at the mouth about how much I love Kirby and the Forgotten Land. How I think, despite the fact that Elden Ring itself is an amazing game, Kirby and the Forgotten Land is an anomaly that was so perfectly nailed and concise that I don't think that I can think of a single thing wrong with it. Meanwhile, everything that I liked about Elden Ring was done better in Bloodborne. And like at the same time, I felt more lost and confused than anything, and not even in the best possible way. I like a lot of things about Elden Ring, which is why I put it in my entries. But Kirby and the Forgotten Land is the pinnacle of what every single franchise should be striving for. It is the magnum opus at the top of a mountain that every game developer or studio or whatever needs to rise up to. And a lot of people would claim that Elden Ring is also that magnum opus, but I don't know. I think Bloodborne's better. I don't know what to say. Yeah, but there's not really much of a point in fighting it. Elden Ring had to go by something else first, and it did not. So let's vote. Christmas is fucking canceled.
Clanky.
It is a tough vote, but I am giving it to Elden Ring.
Well, hang on. I have one last card to play.
Okay.
Clanky.
Oh, back to Midnight Suns, are we?
The 3 in
Back to
space.
Digimon.
Clanky. You could do the funniest thing ever.
Actually, I do
already
have
did the funniest thing.
I have one more card.
I
have
think
one
it would
more
be
weapon.
funnier.
I have one more weapon.
Yes.
We already have a Souls game on the final bracket.
I mean,
What Souls game do we have?
Dark Souls.
Dark Souls 3.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
I think Clanky likes more.
I actually do. I like. That's a tough question. Do I like Dark Souls?
This
3
is
more
the
than Elden
pinnacle of Kirby.
Versus something that
I
will be a really
understand that,
boring
but I
winner if
think
it
I
does
like-
win.
I think I like. Yeah, it would be a very boring winner. But I mean, sometimes the most obvious winner is the winner. You know what I mean.
Like Double
Clanky,
Dash.
You by your own
Breath of the
admission
Wild,
talked
man.
about how much you love Kirby, and I have respect for Elden Ring too. But I think this could be true passion, the underdog victory, the true savior of Christmas.
I don't want to ruin Christmas, but I do love Elden Ring. Is the problem?
And you can still love Elden Ring. That's the great thing. You can
Clanky's
bring these
about-
both.
Clanky,
You can
have you
bring
played
both
Kirby
of
and Forgotten Land?
both of your favorite
Beaten
toys.
Kirby in the Forgotten Lands.
What?
Like he's about to go
I've-
happy holidays on us.
I've beaten Kirby in the Forgotten
Okay.
Lands. Yeah.
We can
And,
take
and
both
you
of
still
them
think
with
you'd
us
rather
to the
vote for
final.
Elden Ring?
No, yeah, I do think I like Elden Ring more is the thing.
We can take both
listen,
of them with us to the finals.
Kirby in the Forgotten Land is a phenomenal game, but so is Elden Ring, and that's the problem.
But one of them needs it more. Elden Ring doesn't need it.
Ape Escape
Elden Ring's
didn't
going to
need
do
it.
fine on its own. Elden Ring has
Taylor,
like job offers from. No, you voted for Ape Escape. Shut up.
I know I did.
I think I have my answer.
Okay.
Well, yeah, my answer is Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right,
thank you.
Christian.
All right, let's not disgrace our pride more than we have to, Taylor. I'm gonna vote for Kirby in the Forgotten Land, and let's at least get it into second place.
Taylor.
I truly believe that Christmas is in all of us.
Get it out.
And this means a lot because I'm
listen,
Jewish.
Kirby isn't Christmas. They're not the same thing, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Kirby can lose and Christmas will still be fine.
First of all, thank you for that
Christmas
question.
is more powerful than all of you.
Thank you for that question. Christmas is whatever we make of it.
That's not true.
Christmas is an idea, a concept, a thing
No,
we
it's not.
bring with us on road trips, at family gatherings, to the mall,
This
at our
bracket's
dad's
gonna-
wrist.
You keep saying Christmas. I think you mean holidays.
Christmas is what truly matters, Mick. And that's why I'm going to vote for Kirby in the Forgotten Land. And I think, Mick, you, as the comedy funny man in all of this, can now pull the biggest twist of all, where after all of that, you could be the one to vote for Kirby in the Forgotten Land.
It would be pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Is it
Because
as
you're
funny
already-
as voting for Ape Escape,
I
though?
think it's
Or
funnier.
Sonic?
I
The
think
problem
it's
is that
funnier.
Ape Escape is legendary.
Yeah.
It would be funnier because Elden Ring losing this bracket would have so much more weight to it than Sonic Adventure losing.
Yeah, but the thing, it had to be something. But the thing is, Kirby winning isn't funny.
But you're sacrificing so much more. You are inflicting more pain on yourself, and pain is hilarious.
But no, because that's the thing, is that if I do it, I'd be inflicting pain on myself. I was already inflicting pain on myself as Sonic, okay?
Yeah, but this time it actually. So you didn't really give a shit before. The fact
That's
that you
not
give
true
a
at
shit-
all.
No,
That's
the fact
not
that
true
you
at
like-
all.
Okay, you like Elden
You
Ring
think
so
that
much
I
more than
didn't
Sonic.
want Sonic Adventure to win?
I
All right?
really don't.
No, I genuinely did. But fucking Ape Escape winning
Okay,
was
all right,
so much
next-
funnier.
But this is where it matters. You do this, and now I get it. Now your reality makes sense to me.
No, it's funnier if my
I am
reality
sorry.
makes no
Mick,
sense to you.
Mick, if you do this,
I'm voting for
I will-
Elden Ring.
I will forgive you for everything.
I'm voting for Elden Ring.
I will absolve you, Mick.
I've
You
already
can
had.
be redeemed.
I don't need redemption in your
You
eyes.
can be You can be saved.
I've already been saved.
Oh.
I'm voting for Elden Ring.
Okay. And Graham.
Christian, I want you to remember something.
No, don't look at me.
We didn't kill Christmas.
Don't look at me.
I'm going full Happy Holidays pilled after this bracket. It's fucking over, dude.
And I'm celebrating Kwanzaa.
Graham.
Well, so Taylor, how are you going to grovel to me?
No, I'm not. I don't give a shit
That
about what
was
you
so-
vote.
I want you to grovel, Taylor, before I vote.
If we grovel, will you vote for Kirby?
No,
You'll
he
find
won't.
out.
I don't know. Christian, you can grovel if you like. I grovel for two other
No,
people.
I have a little more self-respect than you.
But I'm not groveling.
This alliance is fraying.
Guys, he came to me, he's like, let me see your notes and then I'll show you mine. Here's where we'll do this. Let's do a
We
joke
made-
here.
We did an amazing pitch for Kirby, but Elden Ring needed to get knocked off earlier.
Was there anything in this bracket that could have beaten it?
I was kind of thinking Melatonin had a chance. I also thought that Signalis could have done it. Looking at the bracket now, yeah, those would be the only
If
two. I
Mick
could
had
think
played
of.
Ragnarok, could have.
Yeah, if I managed to play, the problem is Ragnarok is like $70 fucking. Okay,
Well, if you get it on Steam on a sale.
it's not on Steam on a sale, so I wasn't able to buy it before.
Is it not on Steam?
It is, but
It's
it's not on
original.
sale. It's still
No,
$70
it'll be on
on
sale.
Steam.
Dude, everything's on sale every
All right, I'll say we
day.
could probably expedite the votes now because I think we're pushing off the inevitable. Admittedly,
right.
Elden Ring.
Damn. Okay.
No, I'll hear your grovel for the next one.
so we can't have Christmas, but maybe we could have Christmas Eve.
Kirby and the Forgotten Land versus Tunic, starting now with Christian.
Come on, Christmas Eve. I'm voting for Kirby and the Forgotten Lands.
Taylor.
I could betray him. It would be funny.
You could.
After you came all this way with me.
I know.
would
I
have
thought
stabbed me in the back.
I thought we now return.
This is the
You
worst
see
alliance.
the power.
This
You
is the
see.
worst.
We're like the two main villains in different shows who team up to beat the good guys, and now we're like, but I want all the power.
You get the galaxy, I get the Earth. No, I get the galaxy and the galaxy. I'll vote for Kirby. I like Kirby more.
All right, Mick.
Damn fucking right.
Mick.
There was a point where when Christian and I were rehearsing how to get this to win, where I'm like, should we throw in a joke at this part?
Insert joke here. Government mandated joke.
All right, Mick.
Come back to me.
All right, Graham.
Gin and tonic.
Clanky.
That's a vote for Kirby and the Forgotten Land?
No, I think it's a vote for bartender.
How would you know? You have to use cryptic clues to uncover the recipes. I said uncover.
I personally believe that a bartender can win this, so that's my vote.
For what? For Tunic?
Huh? No, for bartender.
So it's 2 to 1 to 1.
I'm voting for Kirby and the Forgotten Land. All right.
Yeah.
Christmas Eve, baby.
For Mick.
I'll vote for Tunic.
Yeah. Okay. 3-2.
Christmas Eve.
All right. Let's try this again. Elden Ring versus Kirby and the Forgotten Land, starting with Christian.
This is not the end of Kirby, you motherfuckers. I have
right.
one more card up my sleeve. I have not for this bracket. I have one more.
Fucking get me.
What else can we say? What else can we say? I'll give you $1 million if you vote for Kirby.
If you vote for Kirby, all your dreams will come true. If you vote for Kirby, you'll ejaculate everywhere forever.
Well, my dream is Elden when winning the Yearlies.
Okay, then vote for Kirby and see what happens.
If we want to run unethical strategies,
here's the thing, Mick. You voted for Ape Escape, but Sonic won.
No, it didn't. Ape Escape won.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Whatever. I can't even sit here and make deals anymore. I have one more final straw for Kirby, but it's not going to be in this bracket. Elden Ring's a good game. Whatever. It could lose the worst. I'm voting for Kirby and the fucking land, dude.
Taylor. No slurs.
I still believe in the power of Christmas. And I'm very Jewish. Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
Mick.
Actually, not very Jewish. I'm kind of Jewish.
I'm not a fan of the way you're hijacking Christmas. All right? I'm voting for Elden Ring.
You could have done it, though.
Graham.
All right. Could do it, Graham.
Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
Jordan, move on to the next vote.
And Clanky.
If that's really how you feel, Graham, that's understandable.
I think I'm giving it to Elden Ring.
All right, Jordan, you may now close the votes.
Hey, Christian.
Yeah.
Do you believe in Christmas?
Let's wait a minute before I believe in Christmas.
No, it's too late. The tournament's ended.
Everyone sit in wonderful silence as the snow falls outside your window and the Yuletide logs burn in the fireplace.
I finally decided to be funny.
You have your hot cocoa in your hands.
And ladies and gentlemen, let's all just sit back and say, was this funny?
Yes.
It wasn't funny, but it made me very happy. It was very unfunny, actually. In fact, it was insanely not funny.
Graham is a very funny man.
But you know what? It's Christmas, baby. Let's fucking go.
Graham, as the person who did the funniest thing, do you want to sign us off?
Yeah. So thank you all for watching. thank you all for watching the year 2022. There's please subscribe to our channel, like the video, and the next bracket is going to be 1999.
Kirby and the Forgotten Christmas, baby! Let's fucking go!